No, and yours is crap.
No, see, that's how that works, though.
Just hockey crap.
That's an old George Carlin bit. Did you ever notice everybody else's stuff is crap and your crap is stuff?
It's crap.
So you got to move their crap to put your stuff down.
Whatever.
That's how it works.
Okay. Oh, my hair is special. Wow.
This log got a lot less festive after we put
I know.
that on.
I told you that. I said, oh, they switched to just fire. That's boring.
No. You know, you got to have fire. Because, fire.
My head's blocking the Christmas tree. Oh,
how are you?
Christmas tree.
People want to know how you're doing.
I'm okay. Thank you.
Well, we're doing it earlier than we did last week, too, so.
That is true.
And I think you ate today, didn't you?
Didn't
you?
Did I eat? I haven't ate. I've had tea.
Uh-huh.
Talking about my hair. It's because I see myself in the camera and I realize, wow, that's special looking.
The camera does make a difference. There's days where I look and I'm like, oh, crap.
Where you all of a sudden, okay, so that's what I'm looking like today.
Like the other day I had
there
was a shadow underneath my nose in this one part here, and it was just like a few hairs I missed or something. I don't know, when I was shaving, and it's just like, why?
And then you see it in the camera and you're like, oh,
and then I look
okay.
in the mirror and I'm like, I can't even see it. But I look at the camera like, what the hell? Where does that come from? It's only when I'm on camera. It's so bizarre.
How do you see the Sharks doing?
I don't think the Sharks are going to be in the mix once we're through it. They're going to need a lot of guys to have bounce back years. They're going to need a major comeback. That being said, Sports Forecaster has them projected at 4th in the Pacific. They have them ahead of Calgary. So their standings are weird. Who else do they have where? That is bizarre. That is really weird. That is, yeah.
You only just started looking at that. Did you get that the other day?
I know. I've been looking through it here and there for the previews, but I didn't really get into the meat and potatoes of it. Wow, they've got Columbus at 7th in the Metro, and the Rangers 1st. Alrighty. They got San Jose ahead of Calgary, and they got Arizona at the bottom of that division. They got Nashville at the bottom of the Central. They got Winnipeg in the playoffs.
Well, somebody wants to know what we do in our live streams. First time live stream. We just sit in here and talk about stuff.
It's
frequently not hockey.
Ta-da! Welcome.
Some people get all pissy.
Sometimes, yeah. Oh, they give Seth Jones, they say, he's going to win the Norris. So this is a full-on troll.
Going into conversations of all the places Shannon and I have not been to.
Lady Bing, Mitch Marner. Yeah, their predictions are a troll.
People ask us if we've been to a bunch of fast food restaurants that aren't here.
Yeah, that's true.
That's about how the live streams go. It's just us, standing around chatting. This is our socialization.
I don't get to make that face very often, do I? He's very excited about his betting, his gambling, his hockey pool. It's hockey pool.
Oh, okay.
They used to have suggestive pictures of young women, but they had to get rid of those because those are no longer considered appropriate. So it's just like when you look back to ones from the 80s and they all have cigarette ads all the way through.
Those are weird, yeah. Okay.
You're like, what is with this?
You've listened to Folklore. Taylor just unexpectedly released the Sister album. Shannon told me about it. She was like, did you hear this? Why would I have heard about a Taylor Swift album? And then he's talking about, well, hasn't Josh told you? No, I don't believe so.
And then, of course, I was listening to Miley
Evermore,
last night,
which is somehow even better. Better get on it.
Dear Lord.
Yeah. I don't know what they're doing with this fire, but I
beating the hell out of that log.
That's a huge log for an indoor fireplace. That's huge. Is the Hockey News not doing a World Juniors edition? Seen or heard anything?
I haven't heard anything about it. I got a notice today that there's a magazine coming out. It's just with 2020 being as it is, I don't know how many magazines have been delayed and postponed and just put off altogether. They'll have something on the website. They may have something digitally. I don't know if they're going to have a magazine they mail out about the World Juniors.
Got my Wild Reverse Retro the other day. So much better in person. I think a lot of them are going to be a lot better in person.
This one is absolutely fantastic. This is just as good as I thought it would be.
It's very sparkly.
The separation between the silver and the word mark is a subtle change, but it's nice.
Not seeing the reverse part, but
because it's blue. They never had a blue one. It was black.
Oh,
It was black with blue. I was wearing the black one when I brought this up and showed it to you.
But it doesn't look very different. So.
But they never had a blue one back then.
Okay. All right.
It's the original logo on a jersey they never wore.
Okay.
It's legit both reverse and retro, unlike the Islanders.
They reverse the stripes, Shannon.
Yeah, I can't wait to do that video. That should be funny.
Okay.
I'm just really enjoying my club soda.
Yeah.
They didn't change the bib, clearly. I'm basically just soda water.
No, I don't like Taylor Swift. I know everybody's really shocked. That's not the kind of music I listen to at all.
It's more what I would be caught listening to.
Not at all.
When I do my treadmill, the music I listen to is very often
not
similar-ish.
Yeah, it really is.
A lot of Dua Lipa is starting to get in there, so
Yeah. Thanks for the Flame season predictions today, but Tanev in no way, shape, or form is an upgrade to Brody.
Defensively, he is
wrong, Shannon.
Defensively,
Shannon
he is.
and Yvonne, and that has nothing to do with me.
He's been an elite level defensive defenseman. His defensive stats took a bit of a hit last year. He stayed healthy, but his shot blocking, his overall defensive play, his fearlessness, which is part of what ends up with him getting injured. So his injuries are usually a result of a fearless play in front of the net. He's going to be missed in Vancouver. It's going to be a tough adjustment without Tanev out there because he was the one defensive-minded defenseman the Canucks had you could rely on in all cases, all situations, and I think he's going to be really solid. I think he's underrated.
Gretzky set another record yesterday. First hockey card to get over $1 million at auction, 1979. Isn't that OPG? Rookie, $1.29 million.
I saw that.
Insane, yeah.
And I talked to her about it. I didn't put it in the news of the day because it's a hockey card getting $1.2 million. I thought about doing my own kind of mock-up of like all my cheap cards that aren't really worth anything. And here's why this should be worth $1 million. Maybe bend a corner. I was bent by the hockey guy, so it should be worth $1,000 now because it's just, I don't know. I can't see myself spending that kind of money on a hockey card.
What do you mean I have no valid opinion on Taylor Swift? You can't judge music on one song. I have heard more than one song. You are never
way more ever
than one song. I don't like
gonna live that down.
I have
never
heard more
ever.
Yeah, you're a dork.
Ever.
I've heard more than one song.
Ever.
Don't you worry. And I still don't like it. And you know the type of music I listen to, and it's definitely not Taylor Swift. That's not even close to the genre of music I listen to.
See, I listen to metal.
It's not a surprise.
I listen primarily to metal, but I do have the pop side too. That especially if I'm doing the treadmill, where I listen to Bananarama.
Mine is more of a Britney Spears. I really don't like.
No, I listen to Britney.
The sound of her voice.
I have a Britney CD. I have her greatest hits.
Yeah, he does.
And I have Blackout.
The sound of her voice is so irritating.
Wasn't it on a long trip that I put Britney in for you?
Oh my gosh. Her voice is so annoying.
I'm pretty sure I listened to it on one of our long trips. We listened to Britney.
Yeah, that sounds right. I know you.
And I was singing along, and you're just looking at me like, how do you know all the lyrics?
Yes, he knows all the words. Like, it's not just knowing the songs. He knows all the words. Yeah, where is Lisa? What's up with that? I saw my mom's on here, though. Hi, Mom.
I even do like a whole lip sync for If You Seek Amy. I could do a whole lip sync to that one. Because it's funny for a guy to lip sync that one. And she promised never to record it, so.
Yes.
That's important.
What female singers do I like? I like a lot of female singers.
Tori Amos.
Actually, I totally listen to a ton. No. Well, I know. Okay. When I worked
Madonna,
at a child care
Lady
center.
Gaga.
No. When I worked at a child care center, I did have Enya. I do like Pink.
And Lady Gaga.
Lizzie Hale is kind of fantastic.
Lizzie's voice can get you pregnant.
The Pack AD. I like the Deads. I like Evanescence and Nightwish.
Knew that was coming.
And yeah, there's a lot of female musicians that I like. You seen a sense in the the type of music I like, though. It's not Taylor Swift type music.
See, and for me, I'm okay with it.
Aretha Franklin is amazing. Yes.
See, but you should also like, and I know this isn't a female singer, and I know you don't like country music.
No.
But you should listen to Johnny Cash as well. Because Johnny Cash
Reckless. Yeah, they're awesome.
Johnny Cash is not country. Not in my eyes.
I know.
And yes, Pretty Reckless is fantastic. Taylor is what, 25?
Yeah.
25 bloody years of age? Dear Lord. At 25, I hadn't even had a girlfriend yet. And she's out there singing, and her voice has been fantastic for years, and yeah.
Well, somebody asked who's better, Line or Kachuk? I don't know.
They're completely different players. They're completely different players. So it depends on what you're looking for. Kachuk has obviously the sandpaper. He scored more points per game last year, but I mean, Line is going to be a megastar. Line is going to get 50 goals in the NHL.
No,
it's just a matter of
really
when.
Don't like country music. Sorry.
No, I hate country music.
It's not going to change in any way.
I was told 20 years ago, oh, you'll grow into country music.
I had somebody when I was younger, they said, well, just wait. One day when you're older, you'll be asking for country music. It hasn't happened yet.
Never.
I still don't like it.
Although there's that song Country Boner from
oh my gosh.
That one's
so ridiculous. I don't think it counts because it's
country.
But it's
Maynard country.
It's such a mockery.
It's offensive. Don't ever look it up.
It's not a real song. It's just mockery.
And you listen to bluegrass, which is close.
I'm very selective on that.
That's close.
Very, very.
You can admit it's
true.
Close.
That is true. But I'm very selective.
And Our Lady Peace, which are close.
Our Lady Peace is great though. So.
And someday, Five Finger Death Punch is going to be singing country.
That's
totally my prediction.
See that.
That's my prediction.
But, yeah. Okay. Who's better? Where to go? Hold on. It disappeared. Virtanen or Hoglander? Your answer can help Green decide who to put on the second line.
That's very similar to the other question. Hoglander has a lot of offensive upside. Virtanen, ideally, is a power forward. He doesn't always play that way, obviously. Long-term, Hoglander's going to be the better player. Right now, it's Virtanen. Right now, Virtanen should be the better NHLer.
Ella Fitzgerald is amazing. Not my type of music to listen to, but...
Did you get that other one?
Did I? Oh,
there you go.
There it is. Hello, let's go Islanders.
I haven't got the reverse retro yet.
He's super excited, though. I think he might be the most excited about the Islanders.
It's just so ridiculous.
It's just so retro and so reversed.
It's so ridiculous. So funny.
Duran or Flock of Seagulls?
Duran. Not even close.
You like Flock of Seagulls?
I finally got her to watch Donnie Darko like this week. And so she saw why I love the song Notorious now from Duran Duran because they play it.
Totally one of those.
That movie is so good. It's so. What do you mean, Donnie Darko dorks?
One of those people that are like, "Oh my gosh, it's the best movie ever."
Okay, keep it up. We're gonna watch the director's cut. We're gonna watch the director's cut.
No, I have to tell you this though because they don't explain. You have to watch the director's cut. To really get this movie, you have to watch the director's cut. They take out the part that makes this make sense. So if we watch the director's cut, he's doing this because he knows exactly what I'm talking about.
Don't mock it until you've seen it. The director's cut explains a lot.
I'm sure. So I've been told.
It makes so much more sense, and they butchered it for the theatrical release. Should just put a director's cut for you. Shut you up.
Pardon?
Huh?
Excuse me?
Love you.
What was that?
Nothing.
You mumbling?
It's fine.
Do you have any favorite college hockey teams?
I mean,
we don't
obviously
really have access to watching college hockey.
I would probably cheer for the same college hockey teams as I would cheer for in college football. So Notre Dame and Michigan were always two that I rooted for. I don't think Washington has. I mean, it's possible Washington, like the Huskies, it's possible there's a Huskies hockey team. I've never heard of it, though.
Don't think so.
So
I've never
it's possible.
heard of any Washington universities having a hockey team.
It's possible.
Yeah, we don't.
Maybe they'll start up now. There's a Seattle hockey team
here. Loved your series on the WHA. I'm a big fan of your history videos.
Thank you. Yeah, those videos did all right. I mean, they're history videos, so the performance is going to be a little bit below the common everyday stuff, but they did pretty well.
Sanderson or Drysdale? This is what happens when you put huge logs on
Sanderson or Drysdale? I still like Drysdale. Of the two, I still think Drysdale is going to be the better offensive defenseman, but Sanderson's been very impressive. We'll see in the World Juniors just how good Sanderson can be.
How's the holiday spirit today?
Well, we've got the house really decorated inside and out. There's a lot of lights.
I did do lots of Christmas lights, and one of the neighbors came over to deliver a card today, and she complimented us on our outdoor lights.
Yeah.
Most of the houses
and light the
on
whole neighborhood with
our street, most of the houses on our street have some lights up.
Minimal. Like not a lot.
We do have more lights up than most of the houses, except for on that little cul-de-sac over there. Have you seen
And theirs? We still have more lights that
covered.
You haven't put up. We have a ton of lights you haven't put up.
But it's fun.
And now we have 3 Christmas trees in the house, including the one in this corner.
Well, but 2 little tree.
Yeah.
They're fun.
Well, because we didn't have room for a full-size tree.
Well, no. Definitely not.
And they were on
the
sale.
Huskies do have a hockey team, but they're skipping this season. Well, makes sense. I had no idea.
A lot of NCAA teams are skipping the season. They don't make very much money as it is, and now you factor in COVID, and it's not worth having the season.
Are you talking about the ECHL?
The ECHL starts up this weekend. I don't think it's being carried on any of the networks around here. I mean, they're only playing Saturdays and Sundays too. So once we get through Sunday's games, I can take a look at what happened on the weekend.
Well, somebody asked what jerseys you wear to Canuck games.
Canuck jerseys.
You have to switch it
mostly.
up. Yeah. Every once in a while.
But something rare.
You wear the opposing team.
I wore Boston twice. I've worn Boston jerseys twice to Canuck games, and I think I wore Dallas once. I think there was one time I wore the Dallas.
Did you wear a Dallas one?
Yeah.
I think so.
Not last year, but the
Canucks
time before.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds right. And I back when we were able to go to games, I only had 2 Canuck jerseys. I had a hoodie, the yellow skate, and then I had a stick and rink. And now I have more Canucks jerseys. Yeah, because we went to the team store that one day, and they had women's. They only had the small and the extra smalls, and they were like on super clearance.
Yep.
So I got a cheap.
That worked out for you.
A cheap jersey, yeah. So woohoo!
One thing that may have skipped through people's vision with these jerseys is that on the shoulder,
super sparkly.
The bolt is now silver, and on the originals, the bolt was actually white. So that is a small change, but it's nice. It does mean the whole thing is silver now, but I like that change.
Do you have a Newfoundlanders Growlers jersey?
I have.
Didn't you have that as your? Do you not have it as a picture? He had that as his picture for quite a while. He really likes that one.
Yes, because
why is everything sparkly now? Because
sparkles make everything better.
Sparkles.
It's 2020. Can we please have sparkles?
Right?
Yeah.
See? You probably have more jerseys than I have shirts or hoodies. He has more jerseys than most people have. I'm pretty sure he has more jerseys than everybody else in this house's clothing combined.
Right.
And we have 3 children, so.
Yes. Yeah. I don't have any doubt about that.
My wife surprised me with the Rangers reverse retro Liberty jersey. It's fantastic.
Nice.
Early Christmas present. That's fun.
I should be getting mine from Ben next week.
Depending on the mail.
And Ben's kind of up to his ears in boxes.
Jerseys.
And he's still got more boxes to come. And then he's got all the back orders. People have been ordering jerseys from him, so he's kind of overwhelmed. He's got a lot of product to go through. So I had the whole listing of here's which jerseys I want in which order, and I emailed him and said, don't worry about it. Just
doesn't matter.
Whatever you're able to get to early, cool. If you can't, that's fine. And he said, yeah, I kind of forgot about the whole order of things too. All right, sounds good. So I'll get what I get when I get it. It'll truly be Christmas. I won't know what's in the box.
What's it gonna be?
Yep.
He knows your size, so.
Yeah, they're all going to be 46s, except Rangers is 44 because he couldn't get it to 46.
Okay.
So all 46s.
Check Sports Check last night and saw they still had the Arizona Retro Reverse in stock, and by the time I got home to buy it, it sold out.
Those have been selling out very, very quickly.
Sad.
Van City Sports has the Arizona Reverse Retro, but they have it in a Fanatics. So it is not an Adidas, it's a Fanatics. They still have the Colorado Nordiques jersey. Cool Hockey still has the Nordiques throwback too, but they only have it in a size 42 now.
Of course, Shannon ordered the Habs Reverse Retro. He really likes
Ben's going to be sending you that one.
Did you hear that there will be 10 new Star Wars shows on Disney Plus?
I might have bothered her about that when I heard.
Yeah.
I might have gone running upstairs.
The kids will be so excited.
Well, the Ahsoka one, they're going to be really happy.
Adelaide might not, because then that'll be all that Gabriel wants to watch. Malachi will watch.
Well, they're going to be staggered.
Gabriel.
They're going to be staggered. Probably 8 episodes
like
a season.
to only watch Star Wars.
He already does just watch Star Wars mostly.
And it already really irritates Adelaide. Yesterday, him putting on Star Wars, and she was like, "This isn't Christmas at all."
But it's the Baby Yoda show, so she should have been happy with that.
She watched it, but she wanted to watch a Christmas movie. And so she was really irritated that they put that on, because she has to watch it anyways.
We've been watching Christmas movies all month. When we're done watching Christmas movies, we'll do a video on the Entertainment Guy where we discuss the Christmas movies we've watched and which ones are bad and which ones are really bad.
Yeah, I was like, I'm not going to easily remember which one's which, because they're so
We never
similar.
finished the Princess Switch again.
That was awful.
One. That was terrible. Vanessa Hudgens is not Tatiana Maslany. Just going to throw that out there. If Orphan Black
it's really funny, those movies,
if Orphan Black had starred Vanessa Hudgens, it wouldn't have lasted a week.
Have her talk in an accent when she's the other one. That's good enough.
And then what was she doing as the blonde? What was that accent supposed to be? Because that was just weird.
It was weird.
She was doing a really bad version of
Russian.
Tahani from The Good Place, and it just didn't work. And I was like, why is she doing that? Why are there 3 of them? And then I could see what was going to happen the rest of the movie, so we just turned it off.
Shannon does have a podcast.
Yes.
He doesn't do it very often, but he has a podcast.
I don't do it often enough, but I do have a podcast.
Send the Sabres to Hamilton for the season, shift Carolina to the east, and St. Louis to the central.
I don't know that people in Buffalo would like that a whole lot. Odds are that as we get through the season, you're going to have fans in attendance, so teams aren't going to want to see their franchises moved, even temporarily. If they can start in all 31 rinks, they're going to start in all 31 rinks. And they have sponsorship deals that mean it's important to play in their own rinks too.
Hayden Christensen officially returning is awesome. Maybe some live action Clone Wars flashbacks.
It wasn't Hayden's fault that his dialogue sucked in the prequels. The dialogue was awful. He didn't write the sand line. He didn't do that. It's not his fault, and he's not a bad actor. It just, the character was written really, really bad, and it wasn't his fault.
Thanks for the season preview of the Flames. 8-4-2 against Canadian teams translates to 32-16-2 over a full 56-game season, including non-division.
Well, we'll see how that goes. Yeah, we'll see how that goes.
Are you interested in the new Mighty Ducks show? Well, it is Shannon's very favorite movie.
They dug up Emilio Estevez for it.
He can't wait.
I used to like Emilio Estevez too.
He can't wait. Have you seen A Christmas Story? Which one?
Everybody's seen A Christmas Story.
I've seen both. There's the European one.
They're not talking about the European one. They're talking about the one
American one
with the leg lamp.
Christmas Vacation is the best, in my opinion, of all the Christmas movies. I do really like
Can't
Christmas
see the line,
Vacation.
can you, Russ?
That was so funny. I have
one of the
Funko
best
Pop,
lines in history.
and he's holding the moose mug. And I have a moose mug ornament. Yeah. Oh, I have the blanket. I made a blanket that has Christmas Vacation on it, too. Which is
Couldn't be
better,
any hooter.
Sting versus Alan, or is that
or
V
versus Cody?
Versus Cody. No idea what you're talking about.
I would think Sting's going to end up fighting against Cody Rhodes, and
okay, wrestling.
I think he'll end up managing Darby Allin. I think that's what's going to end up happening, or he'll just manage Allin against Cody.
I bought myself a Stamkos Reverse Retro. How does it look in person? It is really nice.
It is a very fun
nice.
jersey.
One thing I really like about the Adidas is compared to
The stripes.
The old ones, it's all applique. You can't really see it. So applique means that it's fabric and then you stitch around the edges. The old one was embroidered, so it was all thread. So there's silver flat fabric, black fabric, and white fabric. The only stitching is the outside edge and then the letters. So it's really nice. It looks very nice.
It's a very nice jersey.
But I really like how they do.
When I do the next countdown, do not be surprised when reverse retros rate very highly.
The shoulders are really pretty too.
Shoulders are fantastic.
Silver.
My new favorite Tampa jersey.
The lightning bolt is embroidered though. But very nice. What do you think Detroit could get for taking on Tyler Johnson and Alex Killorn?
Taking on both of them, it'd have to be at least one first, because you'd be bailing out Tampa Bay. And bailing them out of their cap problems so they can keep everybody together. You'd have to get at least, I would think, a first rounder from them for that. Because remember, with Tampa, that's a late first round draft pick. So I would think you can at least get that from them. I mean, Tampa might want like a prospect back too, but I don't think Tampa would get much. Tampa just wants that cap relief.
Meth Bear or Pooh Bear? The fun quality.
I like Pooh Bear better. The Paddington Bear I like better than the Meth Bear. The Meth Bear is kind of scary looking. Looks like I always thought it was a tiger when I was a little kid.
It does look a lot like.
And then somebody said it was a tiger, and I thought, but it's yellow and black stripes. When does a bear have yellow and black stripes?
It is weird striped bear. Are you going to watch the Marvel shows WandaVision, Loki, Falcon, and Winter Soldier? Of course he'll watch them.
I knew she'd answer for me. Yes. Yes. I'm excited about WandaVision. WandaVision's going to be great. And you'll like it too. I think you'll like the What If cartoons too. The What If cartoons are going to be great. Because the What If, it's just about, what if Iron Man wasn't Tony? What if it was somebody else who was Iron Man? What if Captain America was actually Peggy Carter instead of, the other character, Steve Rogers? It's going to be great. Peggy should have been.
Are you going
Captain
to do
America.
more videos on hockey cards?
Eventually.
Oh, yeah, you were saving those in case there wasn't hockey forever.
Well, I've got.
Now there's supposed to be hockey, so you can actually do all the.
In this box
here. He has hockey cards saved up.
In this box here, I've got 2 boxes of this year's MVP cards. And so Yvonne and I are going to open them at the same time, and we'll see who gets the better packs. That's going to happen. That's on the back burner for before the season starts, probably around Christmas time.
He's got plenty of.
I got lots.
Hockey cards.
Unopened Christmas cards all over the place.
He does have a lot of hockey
I went
cards.
through my 3 boxes of Upper Deck yesterday. I didn't get a set. 3 boxes of Upper Deck from the early 90s. I didn't get a set. 3 boxes. I've never understood why they sell sets so cheap, because it is almost impossible. And even in the new cards, getting a set, then they sell them online for $10 because, the inserts are worth more. Yeah, but it's such a pain in the ass getting a set from Upper Deck. Their selection is crap.
Shannon does think Die Hard is a Christmas movie.
It is. Gremlins is a Christmas movie.
Well,
The Shining's a Christmas movie.
That one is a Christmas movie.
And The Shining.
When I was little, I had a Gremlins, little golden book, and it was a Christmas book.
The Thing is a Christmas movie, too, when you think about it, because it's in the snow. So, Titanic's a Christmas movie. Iceberg, snow.
No, that's not how it works. Okay, anyways.
And they're looking at the stars. It's so romantic.
Okay,
it's Christmas.
You should do a countdown for the craziest / best games from every season. I think it would be fun.
People can tell me I'm wrong.
Oh, you just didn't say it was this one.
You skipped over this game because you just don't. You don't like these teams, so
you're just biased and you hate this team. That's how the comment section goes. You clearly didn't watch this one because if you did,
I did the season preview. You're a real hockey fan. I did the season preview today for the Rangers. I didn't mention Panarin. I didn't think it was all that important to mention Panarin in it because I was talking about the team as a whole and I was getting into their what I call the core six, which is your six. Your
He's
six
biased. He hates them.
Young players, and it's default towards young players. And automatically, not talking about Panarin. You got to talk about. I was not talking about Panarin because I didn't mention.
It's because he secretly hates that team. So if you're wondering, it's because he hates them.
There's players I don't mention for every team. I didn't even do a depth chart on the previews. There's no depth chart, so it's not a big deal. But all right,
because he hates them.
It's sure that's got to be what it is.
Okay, so many free agents out there still. Are we about to have another free agent frenzy between now and mid-January?
We're going to have something like that. Hoffman's going to have to bring his asking price down, is my guess, or else he's not going to get picked up. Most of the bigger names are already off the board. When we see Barzal and Cirelli get signed, we'll see what kind of movement that creates. We'll see some movement, but again, guys are going to have to bring their asking prices down, is my guess.
Scrooged is a great movie.
Scrooged is fantastic.
I do like that.
Have you tried Staples? You get the antlers on the head. You tried Staples.
Are you watching the MLS final tonight between Seattle Sounders and Columbus Crew?
Nope.
Did you order, holy crap, the $1,500 Seattle jersey?
No, because
we like to be able to buy food.
I told her this is ridiculous because remember that's American, so that's about $2,000 Canadian.
And we like
for a jersey.
Pay rent.
Oh wait,
he has the bench clear Seattle, so that'll.
I have the tank top. That'll work for now, and the jersey comes out next summer. So next summer, I'll get the jersey, insane. But that's ridiculous. And it makes me wonder. Crazy. So if you guys have this like this jersey you've released and you're giving out 200 of them, why don't you just release it then?
Right.
Just put it on the market, and then that way everybody will have it before the team plays. I don't understand it.
I thought Claus was actually good, but Die Hard is the best one. You haven't seen Claus. I've watched that one. It's not bad. There's a lot of no, you haven't watched it.
Santa Claus, CLAWS.
No, not that one. No, I really like Arthur Christmas.
What about Santa Claus? Arthur Christmas,
that one's stupid. Arthur Christmas is great, and it's really funny. Ernest Dave's Christmas.
Oh God!
Who pays $2,000 for a jersey? Well, people that have it. It's not us, but
nope. I'm not. No.
Not gonna judge how somebody else spends their money.
Nope.
That I'm partial to Miracle on 34th Street. I do like that movie.
I've always liked that movie.
Older version.
When I was a kid, I liked that one. And yeah, the original is the better.
I much prefer. Yeah, I much
because the Santa Claus in the original, he's a better great. Santa Claus. He's fantastic.
Yes, I do really like that one. Polar Express. Not really.
Not a fan.
That one.
I always thought the animation in that looked kind of creepy.
I really don't like the animation. I know what they were going for, but I don't. I don't like how they. I know it's from a book. We have the book, but they added stuff to make it into a movie. They have to. And I get that. I don't like it. It's like with the Grinch, who they add so much.
Or the Lorax.
Not
the Lorax movie was not the book at all.
It's a Wonderful Life for the win. I do like that one.
That's a good one. I watched that one when I was in middle school is when I was introduced to that one.
Really? My mom used to watch it every year.
My mother did.
She watched It's a Wonderful Life and Christmas Story.
I was surprised I liked it, but I was like, all right.
Where can you get the Kraken jersey?
Nowhere. Not yet. Seattle was having the super fundraiser where it was $1,500 US, but that was it. And it's signed too. I think it was going to be signed by.
Yeah, and because I said, who's going to sign it?
It's going to be the GM
who
and the scouts
jerseys?
And, I don't know, the mascot. I don't even think they've released who their mascot's going to be yet either.
Muppet Christmas Carol is my favorite. I do love that one. That was our first Christmas
Rizzo
movie
the Rat.
we watched this year.
Rizzo the Rat.
I really like
movie.
that one. And
a lot of good one-liners in that one.
I know all the songs.
Yeah, a lot of what we're finding too with a lot of Christmas movies is they have crap music. The actual songs, because they don't want to pay for,
right.
the normal songs. The music's just awful.
Polar Express is my childhood, but the animation's kind of off. It came out when I was an adult, so
same.
Yeah, I'm not a fan. But every year at the aquarium, when you can go in public, the aquarium did a shortened version of Polar Express for the 4D theater, and that was always fun. But it's shortened, and that's the best way to do that movie.
I don't think I saw that.
I don't know that you did, but
I've
seen it a few times.
The only 4D theater that I went to was that time we went in Vegas. Sprayed in the face.
The aquarium has one too. Didn't you go to see one of the things? I'm sure last time we went to the aquarium, we watched something there.
Not a 4D theater. I didn't go in. It got obnoxious with getting maybe getting sprayed in the face, and so you kind of got to put your finger over the damn thing.
Mickey's Christmas Carol. I do like that. We have the there's the Mickey's Once Upon a Christmas and Twice Upon a Christmas, and they're kind of cute. I like them, but the Mickey's Christmas Carol is cute. Would it be a foul to put an older player on a reverse retro?
Nope. I got old players on current jerseys in my collection. I don't think it's a big deal. It is a little weird when it's a jersey a guy never wore, but you see it so often now that I think while it might have been more of a foul, say 10 years ago, I don't think anybody pays attention to that anymore.
How limited are the reverse retro jerseys? How long will there be restock?
There is no restock. None. Whatever sites get, that's it. And then it's gone. Cool Hockey said it. Ben's told me there is no restock. The NHL stores, they're not restocking. It's just gone. A lot of them have already sold out. I know Washington, I think, is completely gone. Arizona, I think, is pretty darn close to completely gone. Calgary, depending on where you ship from or shop from, may be gone. It's still available though, through Sport Check and through Cool Hockey still has it, and I think Pro Hockey Life still has it too. So it's really hit and miss. It really is.
Elf, I love the movie Elf.
Elf's fantastic. That was the movie that introduced me to Zooey Deschanel. I was like, she is fantastic, and she is, and she's a really good singer. That really is her voice, and she's a fantastic singer. And I listen to her music because she's kind of a fantastic singer.
My wife got me the Wild Reverse Retro jersey. She let me open my Christmas present early.
Yes, because it's Christmas all month. So that's the way that works.
Because days don't matter this year.
Days, months don't matter. 2020's been the longest decade I've ever been through. And the decade's almost over.
Smiley's my friend. I might do that frequently when they start talking about Santa. I know him. That movie's great. It
is. You sit on a throne of lies.
You smell like meat and cheese. Are the Canes contenders with their current goalies?
That's the question mark. I don't know if I can see Mrazek or Reimer getting them through 4 rounds. It's going to be a matter of the defense in front of them shoring up enough that they keep the pressure off their goaltenders. So if they're going to get there, it's going to have to be with that defense core.
In 2020, a dog year for sure. I shared a thing on my Facebook the other day that was something about scientists have figured out that one dog year doesn't equal 7 years. The only thing that lasts 7 years is 2020. And I thought that was funny.
That's about it.
Would you rather try out Taylor Swift's new album or listen to Bon Jovi? You have to choose. Pass. That's awful. That would be terrible.
Love a bad name.
That would be terrible. And now my Alexa recommends both because Shannon's a rat.
Don't look at me.
It's totally Shannon. He will go into my sewing room and have it play crap, and then it recommends it to me.
Played Samantha Fox a couple of times too.
It doesn't recommend Samantha Fox. It recommends Taylor Swift.
I'll have to go up and
Bon
play
Jovi.
some more Samantha Fox then.
It keeps recommending the Bon Jovi "Slippery When Wet." That's what it recommends.
I should do like the virtual meet and greet with Samantha and see if she'll have like a personalized greeting for you. Just something along the lines of thanks, Yvonne, for being a fan of my music.
Oh my gosh, Shannon.
That'd be great. I should set that up. That's totally worth the money if I can set that up.
How much difference does a goalie really make?
A lot. You look at the series between Vancouver and Vegas. The only reason that went to 7 is because of Demko. As the reason that they knocked out St. Louis was because of Markstrom. You can point to years that teams have failed in the playoffs because the goaltending didn't work out. When Curtis Joseph went to Detroit, that first year, the goaltending was a problem for Detroit, and then it all came back on Cujo. So, which was weird because Cujo was always a positive in the playoffs before he went to Detroit. Goaltending makes a huge difference.
Can Flyers power play improve from bad playoffs disaster?
Yeah, because they have the manpower. They have the manpower. They have the offense.
I'm trying to roast my ankles.
And their blue line as well. Their blue line's very solid. So if honestly, part of it may be if Ghost can get back to where he should be, they might be in really good shape.
No, I don't like soft indie music. It's really not a thing.
See, I told you. She likes soft indie music.
Oh my gosh, Shannon. He's such a dork. Oh my goodness. Okay.
Dork, that was soft indie music.
Anyways, does Shannon own any European jerseys? Yes.
He
owns
few.
some of the country ones, yeah.
I have a few.
Yeah.
And then I have the Belfast Giants one.
Mm-hmm. The Bracknell Bees.
Bracknell Bees, yeah. I have some.
But he has some of the
ones.
country ones.
Oh, yeah. Well, the World Cup ones I have.
Yeah, he has.
But those are technically still NHL jerseys.
Great.
Technically. Well, yeah, I have like Team Sweden, Finland, Russia.
Those are fun.
The Czechs. All that. Yep.
When can we expect the Canucks preview?
Over the next couple of days, because I'm going to be doing a Canadian team and a team from the Eastern Division every day until we get 100% certainty that the other two divisions are going to be what is rumored. Because we are pretty much set with those first two divisions. So I would say over the next couple of days it'll be Canucks. I might do Winnipeg tomorrow.
Why is there nothing Habs on the wall? Is there not today?
The Montreal Canadiens right there. Patrick Roy. It's behind the TV. You can kind of see if you back up just a little bit. There's a picture. You can see the corner of it right there. It's actually blocked up by the Christmas tree.
Oh, yeah.
It's Patrick Roy with the Stanley Cup and the Conn Smythe. And I have that to settle arguments. Anytime somebody talks about the greatest goalie of all time, I just point at that picture and I go, so which goalies have a Stanley Cup and a Conn Smythe the same year? And there's not a lot of them. So, and of those goalies, very few you could compare with Patrick Roy. So that's my Montreal. And then I've got Montreal.
Yeah, I was going to say, he changes the banners every once in a while. So sometimes it's like, do you have something?
The Henrik Sedin there is scoring on Carey Price. So that's Carey Price totally in that picture there. So that's Montreal. And then I didn't get the Habs pennant.
Did you buy the Kings reverse retro?
It'll be coming.
That one great.
That one again. I'm waiting for that one from Ben. So.
That one's great. Do you think Vegas really moves another player?
They have to. They're going to have to. Salary cap being as it is, they're going to have to make some other move because they want to add. I think they want to bring back Howla. They can't bring back Howla. They don't have any space, and I think they would still maybe look at Hoffman for the right price too. But again, they don't have the space to make those moves.
Jonathan Quick has both.
Yeah, I wouldn't put him in the same category as Patrick Roy, though. I don't think very many people would make that argument either. But it's mostly for the Marty Brodeur argument.
How long do you think the cap is flat for?
3 more years. I would say minimum. The NHL players, Mike Johnson did figured out that With all the money that they're holding out on the players, with them being paid 72%, at the end of this year, they could owe $237 million combined to the owners. And then next year, that would get worse. They could owe up to $500 or $600 million to the owners. The salary cap doesn't go up until that's paid. It doesn't go up until that's paid back.
Do you think Simmons should play on the Tavares line?
If he can keep up.
What delivery route will the Kings jersey take?
That'll be from Ben, and I've talked to him, and he's going to ship them UPS, so it should be really direct. UPS is normally like 2 days. 2 days, and it's here.
Compared to Canada Post right now, which is forever.
Part of the funny thing about the Tampa jersey compared to Minnesota was they shipped the same day, and the Minnesota one got here a week sooner.
Yeah,
and it was so weird because it's just here. And the Tampa one went all the way around North America.
When will you do a meetup in Troutdale? Is there anything in Troutdale besides?
Apparently, it's a city. And
office?
somebody told me it's a city, and I think that's a shame because they said to me it sounds like a small town that should have a creek running through it.
Yeah.
And a bunch of people sitting out on the porch talking about how hot it is. And how, but it's a pretty nice day out and all. And I forgot to include in that post, milk needs to be delivered by a truck in those little bottles. And there needs to be the milk delivery truck. That's what I think of with Troutdale. And if they join the National Hockey League, the Troutdale Salmon, I think it works so well as a team name.
What?
The Troutdale Salmon. Doesn't it?
Why? Why?
Because it's a great name for a team, the Troutdale Salmon.
Why? No. Oh my
Troutdale Steelheads?
No, it's still salmon.
The Troutdale Chinook.
Salmon. Okay. Anyways.
They're not all salmon. Those are different
Those
fish.
are all salmon.
They're not salmon.
Okay. Are you for sure getting the Nordique Reverse Retro?
Again, Ben.
Tretiak or Wah?
Oh. That's such a tough comparison to make because Tretiak never played in the NHL. Montreal did own his rights, though. Would have been really interesting if he had come over. I would go with Raw just because of familiarity with his game. But Tretiak legit could very well have been the best goalie of all time.
Troutdale Rough Riders.
Yes. That could have worked really well. The Troutdale Rough Riders.
See, we don't know. Just call them the Rough Riders.
Yeah.
It's okay.
That works.
Is there a space or not a space? That's what matters.
And you have the Rough Riders and the Rough Riders. I just remember that Martin Short conversation, and I think it was on Dave Letterman, where he said, yeah, if you're in Canada, you can talk about both Rough Riders, and Canadians will know what you're talking about. Well, I really like the Rough Riders, but I'm not a fan of the Rough Riders. The Rough Riders, I'm not a fan of. But the Rough Riders are very good, because we have the Ottawa Rough Riders and the Saskatchewan Rough Riders. When Ottawa came back, they wanted to be the Rough Riders again, and Saskatchewan said, please no. So they went with Red Blacks.
Yeah.
Which is kind of weird.
Troutdale 1812s. Goodness. Somebody asked if the cats were the mascots of the channel.
I think I'm the mascot of the channel.
True.
I'm the one who does all the dancing and singing, and I irritate people. So, I would say I'm probably the mascot. The mascot's always at least somewhat irritating, so it's got to be me.
There you go. True.
She's not even arguing the fact.
No.
It's back to fight.
Opinion on pecan pie. Pecan pie
delicious.
Is great.
It's delicious. And since she can't eat it anymore, I tell her how good it is.
Make the sacrifice.
I am willing to make that sacrifice. It is not easy being me sometimes. That she'll see something that looks delicious she can't eat, so she buys it for me. This. And I get to eat it in front of her and tell her how good it is.
It's true.
So nice. And then I just jog a little longer on the treadmill. I have another quarter mile to it.
I was talking to the lady that we do a school with, and she eats kind of similarly. She can't eat much gluten, though. And we were talking about that. You get stuff and make your spouse eat it because you can't. She was, I do the exact same thing. Oh, see, it's not just me.
But again, then you got to add a quarter of a mile to the treadmill.
What's your opinion on Hoglander, his goal from this week, his defensive game? Does he start in AHL?
I think he starts in the AHL. The Canucks don't have to have Hoglander. The problem is this. They're leaving their AHL team in Utica. So what may stop him from going to AHL is the fact that then you'd have to have him quarantine 14 days before he can even join the team coming into Canada. So Hoglander may very well end up being on the Canucks taxi squad until they feel he's ready and he moves into the lineup. Now, if he ends up moving into the lineup, that means that you could look at maybe moving Pearson because we'd have too many top 9 forwards at that stage. And so we'll see what happens, but the skill is there. We'll see if it translates in the National Hockey League.
Huge logs they put on the fire. I mean, I guess it'd be really warm.
It's a manly fire.
Are you getting the Blues Retroverse? Okay, if the question is, are you getting jersey? The answer is yes. Of course he's getting the darn jersey because have you met Shannon?
Yes.
Yeah, he's getting the jersey.
It's just like when people ask, well, which ones does he have?
Yes.
It's easier to say which ones I don't.
It really is.
And then when I do the videos on which ones I don't have, people are like, he's just asking for somebody to buy them for him. No, it's just, it's easier for me to tell people what I don't have.
Because people like to have that conversation.
It's easier to say what I don't have than what I do.
It's true. What's my favorite thing to bake? Probably bread, but that's not, it's different.
It goes in the oven, it's baking. Goes in the oven, it's baking.
Yeah, probably bread. What does a womanly fire look like? You know, that's the kind of comments that I make when people say something's manly.
A womanly fire would be much more organized, and it wouldn't look so aggressive. This is an aggressive fire with large logs.
Women can be pretty dark.
All I'm waiting for is them to bring lighter fluid, spray lighter fluid on it, just.
Homemade bread is amazing. Yeah. Whatever. Fine, then don't eat it. Do you guys see my picture of Shannon looking at the challah yesterday? The challah's gone. That did not last. It's dark. Challah. Dark. I made challah yesterday, and I don't generally make it because challah takes forever compared to just regular bread. Challah takes like twice as long. But they eat it just as fast. So I don't make it very often. But it's so pretty. So yeah. What's the most beautiful place in Canada?
Banff.
Yeah, probably Banff.
Banff.
So northern Alberta. I think
Banff is southern Alberta. Northern Alberta is Jasper.
More like right.
No, Banff is just outside of Calgary.
Jasper's really pretty.
Jasper's gorgeous.
Really, really,
but
really
I think Banff is a little bit higher up for me than Jasper.
For just a spot that's really pretty. Overall, I think BC, but yeah.
Northern BC is fantastic.
The East Coast is really pretty too, though.
You go up into northern BC, it's like you've driven into Skyrim territory.
Well, then you've got the black flies, and that kind of bumps it down a notch. I hate black flies. Anyways, when I was young, nobody worried about peanut butter because there wasn't as many peanut allergies, and now there's a lot more peanut allergies.
Yeah.
A lot more.
Yeah, I used to have a peanut butter sandwich every day.
Most beautiful Surrey. No. I mean, I like
There's
Surrey.
There's parts of Surrey that are actually really nice.
Right, but Surrey's mostly
flat
fields, berries.
Flat fields.
They have great berries in Surrey. Yes.
I have a friend named Barry. Is that what you're talking about?
Surrey raspberries and lots of blackberries.
Oh, raspberries and blackberries.
They're great.
Huckleberries? What about their huckleberries?
That's not a thing.
That is a huckleberry.
Oh, people are asking about your title for the live stream, Shannon.
Now with less fainting.
Shannon's a brat. For those that didn't get to join the live stream last week, I passed out in the middle of the live stream.
Well, at the end.
Well, it did turn out to be the end.
The end.
And we're done.
Da, 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 da. I didn't even do the song and dance either.
No, I passed out because I have low blood pressure, and yeah, of all of the times that I could pass out,
it's the only time you've passed out in months. It had to
be during, right, and it had to be during a live stream.
Yep.
I couldn't be, when people aren't watching me and it's not being recorded on. No. It has to be during a live stream.
Go big or go home.
We got a ton of messages and emails afterwards. Yep. A lot of people.
Go big or go home.
Making sure I was okay, sending thoughts and prayers and all of that.
I mean, she lives with me, so she's used to being aggravated.
It's always appreciated.
Always got headaches because this guy.
Yeah. I felt like crap for 2 days, but I'm good now.
Passed out early, too.
Huh?
This week, you've been going to sleep early, too.
Oh, my gosh, yeah. Super tired. Just makes you feel super duper.
Just it's like I'm watching you turn into an old woman right before my eyes. And I'm older than you.
And I'm just like,
and at 10 o'clock she's out. I'm like, what? And seriously? As soon as I put on an astronomy video last night, you were
that was hard to stay awake, yeah.
But it's talking about life on Titan.
I know, but I fall asleep easily.
All right.
I always fall asleep really easily.
Okey-dokey.
That's never
Titan
a problem with me.
But all right.
Okay. What is the worst place in Canada?
Anywhere that's not here.
I don't know.
Doesn't get better than here.
I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't want to live in the prairies, but I would.
See, and I don't mind the prairie. I like the prairie. I think the prairie's gorgeous. I don't know if I'd like living there, but
right. That's what I'm saying. Gorgeous. I wouldn't want to live there, but it's really pretty. So
it's a nice way to stay away from people.
You own a berry farm in Surrey? See, I said there is a lot of berry farms in Surrey. They're great.
They are. I almost ended up working at one here locally.
Yeah, one of blueberries.
Yeah.
It's great berries. Final Fantasy 6 or Final Fantasy 7?
I'll go with 7. Yvonne's more of a 6 person.
I've never.
Haven't you played any of the Final Fantasies?
No.
Oh, they're not bad. They're not bad. For that kind of game, normally I'm not a big fan of that kind of game, but Final Fantasy's not bad. It's not Skyrim, but it's not bad.
We don't drink beer, so no.
It's gross. In that one Christmas movie, it's a lager. Lager is beer.
It's still. Bleh. Your wife sounds so Canadian. I've been told that. Shannon tries to tone down his accent. I don't care. Can you please do you do. He does. Can you please do an in-depth on the process of the NHL WHA expansion draft and notable picks? Thanks for all the great content and happy holidays. Go Habs, go!
I'm going to do a video on the because I've done a video on the channel before, and I'll add it to that playlist on the expansion and how the melding of the two leagues worked and how the NHL completely screwed the WHA over as they brought them in. So I can do something on that. Probably involving whiteboards and all that other wonderful stuff.
Have you ever been to Quebec?
Never been to Quebec. I hear there's good fishing in Quebec.
Are you guys from Ontario? Never been there.
Born in Ontario.
I have never been there.
Born in Ontario.
Can't wait for my Bolts Reverse Retro. Looks good on you, Shannon.
It is so awesome. Know, right? It is so fantastic. I honestly, this is. It's going to be tough to rank these jerseys, but I'm going to try. I'm going to do my best. Oh, it's going to be fun.
Winnipeg trade Laine for Chuck of Calgary.
Winnipeg trade? No, because neither of those guys are on the market.
They don't trade Laine.
Neither of those guys are on the market, and if Laine was on the market, Calgary still wouldn't. They're not going to give up Tkachuk. He's their grit. It's not going to happen.
Bear's sleeping on her face again. She does that.
That's what she does. It's to block out the light.
But she does it in her room too, and we don't have. Well, we have one window. It's tiny, but she still sleeps with her face right in the blankets. It's kind of cute.
And then she tries to sleep in the blankets.
And then there's Shadow. Yep. See, I was gonna say Shadow sleeps with his head upside down
and snores.
Head upside down.
And he usually snores.
What's my favorite team? I like the Canucks, the Wild, and the Jets. And I by far have more Jets jerseys. I have a lot of Jets jerseys.
And it's to the point where
Jets jerseys.
When Ben's getting new jerseys, he'll message me and say, so I've got a Vegas coming in and I've got a Winnipeg coming in. Is Yvonne going to want those? I'm like, yeah, of course she is. So, yeah, go ahead and I'll pay for those and we'll get those going too. So You at least the next time we go to Vegas, you will have a choice of Vegas jerseys.
He's been good at being able to get my size in them too.
Yes.
Which is fun because
he's getting 42s in both of them. He's getting 42s in both. And he said that he's been getting more orders. Did you see my question about the fabric of
the game? No, I did not see the question. I don't see a lot of questions. He's running away.
I'm not. I'm grabbing the book.
Yeah, I don't know. Do you like the show Corner Gas? Yes.
Who wouldn't like the show Corner Gas?
Corner Gas is great. And I don't generally like sitcom type shows.
Look at the difference in the logos. Look at Boston's logo and it's
it doesn't it really doesn't change.
That's amazing. Just the amount of difference. You would not know that it's the same team.
Can you wear a size 52?
I can. It
would be really
I had a 52 in the original Vegas gray, but I upgraded it to a 46 because the 52 was just too big for me.
That would be really big on him.
I mean, look at how happy Hasek looks in that picture. That's a guy right there that's like, yeah, I don't want to get traded. I don't want to get traded.
I'm going to go watch the Spurs game, Yvonne. Just know I can't comprehend your music taste. I mean that in the nicest way possible.
Sorry, Josh.
See, he knows who it is.
I try.
That's
I do.
Okay. Not everybody likes the same music.
See, and then what's interesting too is...
That's okay.
So they've got the seals in here. That, I want to say teal seals, but that rhymes and sounds weird. But the teal Oakland jersey, I have not seen anywhere. The green one I have. The yellow one I have. Mm-hmm. And I have both of the parrots. The parrot seal. Mm-hmm. But I don't have the teal one. I haven't been able to find that from a legit seller anywhere. I don't think CCM made it.
Should the Sharks expose Kane? I doubt he gets taken, but it would honestly, I think, help San Jose long-term if they did. Same with Burns.
I don't think Kane's is going to be exposed. They might expose Burns because I don't think his contract's getting taken by anybody. But I don't think Kane's going to get exposed. He's still a 30-goal scorer. So that logo used to look
just
terrible.
My mom thinks Yvonne's too young for Shannon. How old do you think Not sure. Okay. Not sure if that is a compliment to how young I look or that's saying that Shannon looks really old.
Saying I look really old. Now I'm really sad.
How far apart do you think we are in age? Just wondering.
48 years.
Because I have heard people do guess that we're a lot further apart in age than we are. Oh my gosh. Okay. Oh, this is funny. Okay.
Back in my day, I'll do the rest of the life.
Yvonne looks 29.
Wow, who's buttering you up now?
Wow. Mind you, my oldest son just turned 16 2 weeks ago.
Do you think that's the best picture they could get of that guy? Like, I think that's the best picture. Is that the best picture they can get of somebody?
That's bad.
Here's Columbus. This picture is how laughing. Columbus are.
Shannon looks old. Yeah, I'm 24. My 16-year-old son. I was not super young when I had him either.
When I was a kid, I used to lie about my mother's age and I'd make it younger than it really was, just so that other kids in the neighborhood would tell me how old their mom was, and then I'd go home and tell my mother. Hey, did you know you're younger than so-and-so's mom? She's 4 years older than you.
Shannon's 50. She's 24. Oh, Yvonne looks 29. Shannon looks 45. Oh my gosh. I'm guessing Shannon's 47 and Yvonne's 43. Oh.
Yeah, that's not too bad. That's pretty close.
For you. Not 43. Fine.
47 is right, though.
I'm not 43.
No, she's 44.
I'm not 44. Shannon's 63.
That's my IQ.
Yvonne is 29, so you were 13 when you had him. That's what I'm saying. I'm not 29. I have a 16-year-old who towers over me.
I don't judge what she was doing when she was 12.
When I had Malachi, I had been married for a year and a half.
Tired kitty. At 10?
So...
You got married when you were 10? What kind of medieval village did you live in?
Oh, goodness.
Were you Lady Yvonne at that point? Did you all wear flowing gowns and capes?
Okay.
Took the cosplay a little far, didn't you?
Oh, we both look older than 30. There you go. Shannon's old enough to talk about the War of 1812. Shannon's really old, so...
Thanks.
Apparently.
Thanks.
Oh, see, somebody knows us way too well. How do you know how old we are?
Yeah, that's right.
Some people do actually know how old we are, so...
Yeah. What?
But no, there's not a huge age gap.
No.
I mean, there's a big enough gap that if it was while either of us were in school, it would not be cool.
I would have been in jail.
Right. Well, that too.
So that's hi.
Sabres came to Huntsville, Alabama for a preseason game. I barely hit the brakes in time, nearly killed Hasek accidentally before the game. He gave me a friendly shout out instantly for saving him. Fun fact.
Nice. Thank you for not killing me.
Yeah. I am older than 35. I am. Yep. Yvonne is old enough where I can call her grandma. You cannot. What? You're
Technically,
too
you
old
could be a grandmother.
to be my kid. Well, I would have had to have been really young. Well, no.
Well, you got married in a medieval village, so who am I to? No. See.
Shadow. No.
Shadow.
Not a grandma.
No needing the New Jersey. Thank you very much.
Shadow's young enough that I could have a kid that age if I had him when I was young.
Yes.
Like high school age.
He could legit be my kid.
Yes.
I've got a stepdaughter younger than him or older than him.
Do you watch the British Premier League?
I used to. I haven't watched it in a while. I watched a couple of games. I want to say around start of pandemic. I was watching a lot of soccer here and there where I could when it came back.
I thought you were my parents. What the heck? We look kind of pale.
Yeah. Maybe he could explain that
taller.
movie.
He's not that much taller, but he's a little bit taller than me.
Maybe he could explain that stupid Christmas movie.
It's true. Yeah. We watched a Christmas movie where the parents were
different.
I don't know what they were something, and the two girls were whitey white.
It was different.
You're like, wait.
Yeah.
I mean,
she didn't care about her parents anyways, but maybe that's what it was because they weren't actually her parents. They got swapped out by some kind of
Can you help me find out if a jersey is legit? Yeah, go if you. Yes. Well, you can email. People do email about jerseys frequently, or you can go onto the Discord. The people on the Discord are really
Discord's
good at helping you.
And there are a couple of groups on Facebook that are very good. That outed one guy in particular who was selling fakes, and he was quite brash about it. I've had a really hard time not making a video because I can't technically mention his name in a video, but it'd be really hard for me not to, because he was really brash about it, and these were fakes. And then he was trying to sell his fake, which we all told him was a fake, as a signed jersey on a different group. So he was going to autograph the jersey and pretend it was a Ginla's. And no, that's not how any of this works.
Shannon's spent way too much time on this.
Oh, I did a deep dive because he said he got it. He said he got it from a Latvian hockey player locally. So I found a Latvian hockey player who played for the team that he cheered for. I'm like, so I guess he's throwing this player under the bus, saying this guy has all kinds of fake jerseys that he sold him. Like, none of it made any sense.
The jersey book was Fabric of the Game.
Yes.
It's a fun book.
Yes, it is. It's got the roots and stories of how all of them came out. So when I do my jersey countdown next time around, I'll use this as one of the sources because it does have a lot of information here on the jerseys. And this is a brand new book, came out like a couple months ago.
Shadow says that he can be our adopted kid that we sponsored from war-torn East Korea.
And yet, if we introduce him in public, we have to say Vietnam, and when he says Korea, we go, whatever. Come on, it'll be fine. And then he could fake cry. Be like, you always cry. Why do you always cry over this? Again with the crying. You know what that does to your allowance.
Shannon. Okay. Are you ever going to watch a game in Europe? If so, do you have a business email?
God, I hope so.
It'd be nice if we could go places.
I hope at some point we're allowed to leave our valley. We're technically not supposed to leave even the valley right now. We're supposed to stay. I don't even think we're supposed to go to Chilliwack.
No, we're not supposed to go anywhere.
I think we're supposed to just stay put. So at this point, Europe sounds fantastic, but it's not, and Europe's not letting us in right now either.
No.
So that doesn't help.
It's like we're in timeout. You guys don't get to go anywhere.
That's right.
Stay in there till you guys can behave.
Yeah, we're stuck here.
We would love to be able to go to anywhere at this point. Europe is one of the places that we would love to go. Berlin's on my list. We do have an email. We have the Hockey Guy email address. Everything is in the description.
Yep.
And we have the website. What's the website again?
THG.yt.com.
There you go. And that has links for just about everything. If the NHL rivalry was the War of 1812, which one would it be?
Which one?
Which rivalry? Which NHL rivalry would be 1812?
Maybe Vegas and San Jose, because after San Jose knocked them out, Vegas was still claiming victory. Because in the War of 1812, I learned that there were battles that were won by the Canadians, and then the Americans would go and claim victory. We learned that, and I'm like, wait, they claimed victory? Oh, yeah. But we beat them in that battle. Yep. And the Americans claimed victory. Well, they told all the Americans they won that battle. Oh, all right. Yeah, all right. That's okay. Yeah. So that's there's a reason that I make jokes about the War of 1812, because that was the most fascinating week I ever had in history class, was discussing 1812. That war was really, really funny.
Wow. I was looking for a live stream with 50% left fading. Oh, you're in luck. Okay. Yep. Any thoughts about the proposed Canadian division?
It's going to be a very hotly contested division. I don't think there's any one team in that division that looks like a huge Stanley Cup contender, but there's 6 teams that realistically should be pretty good. And because they're so close to one another talent-wise, and because Canadian teams naturally have a solid rivalry with one another, I think it's going to be a lot of fun to watch.
Can British Columbians travel to Alberta now? We're not supposed to leave the valley.
We can. You can cross the border to Alberta and come back, but boy, are you in trouble if you do.
We're not supposed to do traveling at all unless necessary.
Yeah, it has to be 100% necessary, or else they basically want us to stay put.
Do either of you enjoy David Lynch movies?
I mean, somewhat. Like, I think with David Lynch, I mean, I love the original series for Twin Peaks, but I realized when I watched Fire Walk with Me that when he doesn't have a network telling him, you might want to tone that down a little bit, his movies get kind of intense and kind of off-putting, and maybe it's because I don't use drugs. Maybe that's part of it. Maybe you need to really get the Lynchian experience. I mean, they're different, though. He is brilliant, and I don't 100% understand it at all times.
Do British Columbians speak Spanish? Some of them do.
I used to hang around with a family from El Salvador. I had to learn Spanish to hang around with them because
that emigrated here from countries that are native Spanish speakers. So there were 2
different families I hung around with that were from El Salvador. There was one at my old job. I'm trying to remember if they were from El Salvador too. I don't think so, but they were still Latino, and it always throws people off when I can speak Spanish. They'll say something and I'll turn and say something to them like, hey, I know what you just said. Because they don't expect that. They expect that they can talk all kinds of crap behind your back and nobody will understand what you're saying.
It's so similar to French.
Yeah. Don't tell them that. Don't ever tell anybody who speaks Spanish that their language is similar to French.
People that barely speak English, but they speak Spanish, because I know enough French.
Don't tell them. They get mad. I learned the hard way. They don't like to be told their language is close to French.
It really is.
They don't like to hear it. It does make it easier to learn one if you
quarantine because of second wave? We're not in quarantine.
There's no quarantine. It's not. It's just these are recommendations.
Self-isolation.
It's
everybody.
Health recommendations.
Supposed to be in self-isolation because the numbers are atrocious.
Yep.
And not it's American atrocious, but they're really bad.
It's working because they've shown that not like locally where we are here, the numbers have trended down. So since we went into this the numbers here in town have started to drop. So it works. It's just a matter of it takes a couple of weeks before you see the effect. And so hopefully, as long as people are good through the holidays and then vaccines coming, hopefully early spring we can get ours, and then we're smooth sailing from there, I hope.
Thank you so much for providing us with so much normalcy.
Least I can do.
Part of the goal.
That's part of the reason we always have these live streams. We keep them footloose and fancy free, and I don't even wear pants. So, just for that sense of casualness.
It's not true at all.
And, just that sense of casualness.
Oh my gosh.
Casualness is totally a word. Don't look it up.
Oh, Shannon always wears pants, so
even in the shower, which is weird. But then you don't have to wash them. So
I don't have
really
trouble
well
with my blood sugar. It's my blood pressure, which is different. It's quite different. It's different foods.
Treatments
that you
are
have to
similar,
but kind of different. Yeah.
I'm still stuffing a donut in your mouth. It's just not for the sugar. It's for something else completely different. Because the rest of the donut's good for you. Just cram it on in there in your food hole.
I would feel like crap if you fed me a donut.
But it would work. You'd be better.
No.
You'd be better. So there you go. Dr. Shannon for today. Cram a donut in your food hole and you'll feel better.
That's not how it works.
Sure.
No, they're both wearing shorts and pretending they're in Vegas. I don't even wear shorts in Vegas. I don't wear shorts. I don't own shorts. That's not.
You really don't own shorts at all. I'm just thinking about it. You don't. Didn't you have that
shorts? I've worn your shorts before.
No, you had the ones you used to wear when you went to the pool, didn't you? Like if we were at the hotel, or was that your swim bottoms? They had to wear like that. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't own shorts.
I'm just trying to think about whether or not I've ever seen you wear shorts, and now.
No.
I have shorts because I'm a guy, so guys aren't always wearing shorts. I don't. It's a guy thing.
How do you not own shorts? Because I don't. I don't like shorts. I don't.
Same reason I don't own a kilt. I don't have a kilt.
See my legs.
Same reason I don't have a kilt.
I don't. It's not a thing.
Although if I had a kilt, I think you'd be happy. And for some weird reason, I have a funny feeling my mother-in-law would be quite happy if I had a kilt.
True.
So.
Yes.
That was weird on our wedding day how she stuck her tongue in my ear. And I'm like, okay, that's not Yvonne because she doesn't do that.
See, you say that and people are going to be like, wait, what is going on?
But if anybody knows your mother-in-law, they'll be like, oh, that sounds like her. Yeah. Yeah, Yvonne wouldn't do that. She has all ear thing. No. See, right there. Proof.
Don't start that crap. Oh my gosh. Okay.
Don't like other ears either.
No.
We're trying to take a picture.
See, people are like, wait.
We're trying to take a picture and your mother is doing that to me.
No, because my mom's just being a dork just to see taking a picture and she's back there going, yeah. So he'll react.
Yep.
Where did our wedding take place? We actually went down to the States in Blaine. Not at the beach, but it was over like a cliff overlooking the ocean.
It was fantastic. We're going to do it again. It was really
pretty.
We're going to do it again. This time we're going to do it on the ocean. I think we should get one of those doors like from Titanic. And I'll be in the water and you'll be on the door. We could do the whole Titanic thing. We could do all of our wedding vows that way. No, it'll be fine. I'll have a parachute on so I don't go under the water. So
yeah, that's how that works.
It'll be fine.
Totally
It's going to be great.
Shannon.
What?
Okay. Anyways. Stop it. Oh my gosh. What's on the sleeves of my hoodie is my Grinch shirt. Okay. I don't know. It's a Grinch. See, okay.
And the hood too is Grinch.
It's the Grinch. Yeah, and then I've got the green Grinch fur on it.
I was going to help you.
No, your helping is not helpful. It's
helpful to somebody.
It's all the Grinch. See? Okay, here we go. There, you can see the back. It's all the Grinch.
Is Cindy Woo Hoo on there too?
Yeah. No, she is. See? There she is right there.
Okay. And Rufus the dog.
It's not Rufus.
His name's Rufus.
How old are we both?
Oh, God. We went through this.
We're old.
We've discussed this.
Apparently there's a huge age gap between us too, because Shannon's super old and I'm just kind of old. So.
And technically, you're not the youngest woman I've dated.
Well, I'm a lot older now. So.
You're a couple of years older than the youngest woman
Do you mean
I've dated.
the age gap, or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
I would think. Well, before me, you dated. Well, even when we started dating, you were dating somebody younger than I am now. So.
Yeah.
I've aged since then.
Well, no, that's not what I mean. I mean the age difference.
Super old, as in 23. Again. My son turned 16 two weeks ago.
What in the world?
So
what's wrong with you? At 7? 7? It's athlete's age.
No.
See, if I cut a lock of her hair, I can sell it on eBay.
What in the world? You're not holding scissors behind me.
You never want to make
money.
I
already have 3 children, and then I have to deal with this. Do you guys see what I have to put up with? Oh my goodness.
What?
See, you tell him, Shadow.
Look at the look I'm getting from him. What is your deal?
I'm telling you. Okay. The Predators sent 5 guys to the ECHL Everblades, and so far they're making a huge difference. Will they go back to the NHL in January? Not
likely. The guys getting sent to the ECHL are the ones that they knew they were going to have to send to the minors anyways. Odds are they won't be on the NHL roster right out of the gate.
I feel like Shannon dated a lot of women in his life.
No.
You don't know Shannon very well.
I didn't date a woman until I was 25, almost 26. And then that relationship lasted 15 years. So yeah. Yeah, not really. No. Nope.
Check your blood, please. What?
Still it's there. It's there. I see it.
Still inside.
It's right there. Oh, there's an air pocket. Interesting.
Whatever. Oh, Shannon's such a dork. What are you doing?
I'm gonna check your blood. Check your pulse. All right, fine. I'll check. Don't do that. Stop it. The doctor told you about that. You're not supposed to bite people.
Where's Lily Bell? She's upstairs in my sewing room.
She doesn't come down here anymore. She's a snob.
She comes down for food.
She doesn't talk to me.
She's in my sewing room.
Knocking your fabric down.
Adelaide knocked over some of my fabric, and I haven't picked it up yet. And so Lily Bell has decided that's her new nest. So I wasn't able. Yeah. She knocked it down just before we were leaving, and so I didn't get a chance to pick it up. Is Shannon your 4th child? Oh my gosh. I think.
Answer the question.
That answers the question.
Answer the question.
Okay. If you could resurrect one NHL team from the past, who would it be?
Nordiques. It would be the Nordiques. Honorable mention to the Cleveland Barons, just because I think Cleveland Barons jerseys are fantastic. But it'd be the Nordiques.
Should I never wear my Caps reverse retros? That would be sad. Then it would be a lonely jersey.
See, I had this debate with Yvonne yesterday, I think, even with like some of these reverse retros, because I couldn't replace them. I'm not going to want to leave the house, or there's no way I want to wear them to meetups and stuff, because I don't want to risk them getting scuffed.
Not play hockey in them.
But I mean, I can go to the mall. Once the world opens up again. But yeah, the Caps one, likely you wouldn't be able to replace unless they make it the full-time third, which is possible. It's possible some of these end up being third jerseys next season.
No, Shannon's not subtly flexing on you with all of his jerseys. This is such a weird comment. Him buying jerseys has nothing to do with anybody else.
No.
It's not to show off to anybody else.
No.
It's because he likes jerseys and he likes collecting jerseys. It is part of him having a channel.
If I didn't have a channel, I wouldn't be getting the jerseys.
He wears the jerseys in his videos.
Yeah. If I didn't have a
part
channel,
of the business. It has nothing to do with showing off to other people.
If I didn't have a channel, I would have got Arizona. I would have got Anaheim and Vancouver, and that would have been it.
Yeah, weird flex, but okay, right? Yeah, it has nothing to do with anybody else.
No.
I
don't really care what anybody
not
else
about you.
has. I don't really care what anybody else has and doesn't have necessarily, unless I'm trying to sell them something, which I'm not. So it's not really, yeah.
Why do some jerseys have laces and others don't?
You know what I've noticed? None of the reverse retro have laces. I think Adidas is phasing them out. Thank God.
Which is good because they're silly on
anything.
Adidas.
They do nothing on the Adidas jerseys. Laces were needed for old jerseys, so I've got one here.
The Adidas ones with laces are just plain silly. And when Adidas first came out with those, it was, wait, why? Why that silliness?
Old jerseys from the 60s and 70s were like this because, they're tight around the neck. So if you're going to put your jersey on, you put it on and then you tie it, and that's how it works. And then as the material changed, they did away with the strings. That was before I started watching. I guess in like the 80s, they didn't have them at all. Then when Reebok came around, they said, hey, the strings look kind of nice. So they did it on a throwback here and there. And then eventually, almost all of them had strings, even though they didn't do anything. The last
year of Reebok, almost all of the teams had laces.
The Reebok, they do nothing. They don't make any sense on the Reebok.
I thought they looked nice with the Reeboks, though. I like them.
But I think they look nice. Here's my Boston.
I think they look silly on the Adidas.
And it does nothing. They mean nothing. The difference between the string and not they legit, they're not even strings. You can't even pull them.
No, they're tight in there.
That doesn't, I don't understand. I mean, I guess for the aesthetic, but who cares? Just do away with. So I'm hoping the NHL does away with the strings on all the Adidas jerseys.
It's just for looks and how some of them have different stripes. Some have stripes on the sides. Some have stripes on the bottom. It's just different aesthetics, so they can all look different.
But like the Reebok, they did nothing on the Reeboks either.
No,
because you've got the NHL logo behind. The string did nothing.
Would you ever do a video on the career of Eric Cole, one of my favorite players and a great power forward in the O's?
At some point, yes. He moved around enough that I could throw that into the Journeyman playlist too, because he did move around a bunch.
The laces are stupid.
And that's part of the reason why I have as many jerseys as I do. So when we have this discussion, I can go, hey, here's this, here's this.
The comparison videos are kind of fun, and people seem to really appreciate them.
Yeah.
And then you can
and again,
compare them.
If I didn't have a channel, I would not, like before I had a channel, I was in my early 40s. I didn't even have every team. Legit didn't have every team. So I have the jerseys I have now because I have the channel.
The laces look nice. I like the laces on the Reeboks. I know they're pointless, but I thought
on the Adidas, they make no sense.
I don't like how they look on the Adidas because they've got that collar and then they've got the laces down here. I don't like the look of them on the Adidas.
Okay, here's an example.
I think they look kind of silly.
Here's an example of side by side of the two.
Yeah. Here, see, this is totally tacked down. I think this is silly. I like these.
Yeah.
That I think looks nice.
Yeah. This it's kind of pointless.
Looks silly. This looks like a pair of runners.
Yeah. That's my Ryan Miller. And this is a Jack Echl.
What retros do you have at the moment?
Arizona. So Arizona, Minnesota, Washington. Obviously Tampa. Yeah. Well, I said Washington. Right. Chicago.
Don't you have 5?
I have 7.
You have 7.
Chicago.
It's losing track already.
Well, no, I've got the. Fine, I'll just open up the document right here, because of course I have a document where I'm tracking it.
Have you watched Ernest Saves Christmas? Of course.
Who hasn't watched Ernest Saves Christmas?
Oh, what are the white lines on the under the arms on that Tampa?
They always had the stripes. All the original jerseys had the stripes underneath. Okay, so I've got Coyotes, Capitals, Lightning, Wild. Oh, it's 6. Senators, and Blackhawks. I was counting the Sabres on this, but the Sabres is just their new home jersey. I don't have the reverse yet.
Somebody fainting. That's not an inside joke. I passed out on the
publicly,
live stream
in front of everybody
last week. Yeah, so not an inside joke. I passed out in the last live stream.
It was
not cool.
Scary.
It was not cool.
But thankfully, everything's okay now.
I'm okay.
Yep.
So don't worry, everything's good.
They showed him pick up the poker.
Okay. Goodness. Is Ryan Suter a Hall of Famer?
I don't know if Ryan Suter ends up in the Hall of Fame. He's been a very good defenseman for a long time. I'm not sure if that would qualify him for the Hall of Fame.
Her young age made her fate. Yeah, that's what it is.
My age was my Ben Gay. Just the scent from the Ben Gay and the other ointments that I have to wear for my agingness.
Oh my agingness.
Just made her pass out because old man smells. You laugh because it's true.
Oh my goodness. No.
Have all that old man smell going on. It's sort of like leather and sadness. It's kind of a musky smell.
Oh my goodness. If your question is, are you getting this reverse retro?
The answer is yes.
Yes, the answer is yes.
Eventually, yes.
So some of
Not
them
sure
will
on the
take them a
timeline.
while,
Not sure on the timeline, but the answer is yes. The reason that I've got the ones that I have, like Tampa, the ones that are selling out, the ones that I know were going to be in short supply and high demand, I made sure that I ordered those pretty much day one. Where I said, okay, I'm ordering this day one. Yeah, that's because it's the Kickstart. I keep taking a sip here and there. I'm trying because I paid for it, so I want to drink it, but it's gross. That
tea's empty, so
I'm torn because it's gross, but I need to finish it because I paid for it. But yeah, that's why I'm getting the ones that I'm getting through team stores and whatnot because they're hard to find. That's why I had to get Arizona right away. That's why I had to get Tampa.
Old Spice isn't bad. Well, it depends. They have different ones.
Mm-hmm.
Some of the Old Spice are nice.
They have that really fun song and great commercials. I'll try to finish this.
Should there be an enforcer's wing in the Hall of Fame?
I don't know about Hall of Fame. I do think there needs to be something set up to acknowledge what enforcers have meant to the game for a long time. I don't know about Hall of Fame, but I do think there needs to be some kind of acknowledgement for some of these guys. Tiger Williams is obviously the one that I would talk about.
Mix it with eggnog?
Oh, why would I ruin 2 drinks for the price of 1? That's just...
I told him it tasted like it should have vodka in it. But this is what it tastes like. It tastes like it's supposed to have alcohol in it, but it doesn't. So you just have the...
It's the Midnight Grape Kickstart.
No, I have. This is.
Do you know what it is? It's because it's got
it's caramel oolong.
It's got really sucralose in it. So there's the aftertaste of the sucralose combined with the taste of grossness.
It's gross, yeah.
And it just.
Why does Shannon hate the Leafs? Why do you hate the Leafs, Shannon? I don't know. I don't know what his problem is.
The funny thing is that since the channel,
he sure has a lot of Leaf jerseys.
Since the channel blew up,
he has issues.
I have almost all of them. Since the channel blew up, and with view counts being as they are, the honest truth is that if the Leafs won a Stanley Cup, that would probably be the best view counts I'd ever had in the history of the channel.
Yeah.
That would be explosive growth for the channel. You'd be surprised how when a team makes you money by winning games, you don't dislike them as much. And conversely, like when Boston lost that game against St. Louis.
Right.
And everybody watched the live stream of me watching Boston lose that last game. As much as it hurt, I felt better because that was one of the most watched live streams we ever had. And it was lucrative enough that we went on a trip that summer. So you do feel better about something that breaks your heart if it helps to pay for a trip to Las Vegas. It tends to make you feel a little better.
He really doesn't hate any teams.
I don't have a hate for the Leafs.
Leafs wouldn't be up there.
The further the Leafs go in the playoffs, the more views the channel would get, and you know, the more views on live streams on it. It just
Leaf videos always do well. They really do.
So So there's that part of it where I cover all 31 teams, but I'm not stupid. I understand that there's certain teams that if they do well, the channel's going to get a whole bunch more views than others. Others, you don't see that same bump. Like I didn't get the bump this year from Dallas that I got from St. Louis the year before, or that I got from Vegas the year before that. So it's just something that it's hard not to notice.
Yvonne jersey power ranking. People would get mad. People get mad at
once I've got the reverse retros, you need to do a countdown on them.
You think so?
Yep.
Some people would already know a few of them.
We'd both have the Islanders 31st. We know we would both have the Islanders 31st. Unless in person there's an actual dragon that you can only see if you hold it up to the light. Unless there's something really cool in it like that.
That
or
would
it's
make it jump up a bit more.
But, you know.
Oh my gosh. Hyper-colored jerseys. That would be so bad.
That'd be great. All the sweat stains. Hypercolor was like that, though. That came out in the 80s. And guys learned really quick.
It was not.
We had dances at school. And guys would come out with their arms down like,
yeah,
my armpits it's gross. Yeah, hypercolor didn't last.
Yeah.
You get nervous around a girl and your armpits change color. Yeah. That's okay. That's fantastic.
It's like a mood ring shirt. Mm-hmm. Thoughts on a gritty jersey breakout season for Joel Farabee and Philly. Love the channel and all the content. The best on YouTube.
They would be foolish not to have either a fashion jersey or a night where they have some kind of a promotion. You'd even raise money for charity and have gritty jerseys. I don't understand why they don't. As for Farabee took that next step last year. I think he's still there. And I think the Flyers are contenders because they have Carter Hart in net now.
Would you consider doing a video on Al Jensen?
Yeah, because there's goalies from the 80s I enjoy doing videos on. I could do that.
So not how you spell my name. Will any team not play in their own rink all year?
I don't think it'll be all year, but there are going to be certain teams that are homeless here and there, I would think, because of local health concerns. So I don't think it's going to help, or I don't think it's going to be a situation where there's going to be any team that doesn't play at home all year, because the regular season goes till the end of May. And by the end of May, we should see things a little more open than they are now.
What hat brands do you like and dislike?
I like New Era.
I do not like the
47
hats.
This one is, I believe,
so.
Is it a Reebok?
It's a secret. Looks like a wool hat, though. It's a secret. It doesn't have one on it.
It's American Needle.
All right, it's a made-up brand. I don't like the
quality headwear since 1918.
They're the thin polyester. Don't like them.
I don't like the Fanatics very much myself. I have Fanatics because you don't have really much choice. Like the new ones here.
They're just boring.
One of the new Fanatics I got is this one.
That one's not too bad. It's made out of a different material.
It's got the.
Oh yeah, the polyester. It's a thin polyester. I don't like it.
So and I got it because it's the old Senators logo. So I had to get something with the old Senators logo since they went back to it on the jersey. I guess the new Senators logo. I don't care. I really don't care. The Adidas ones were really nice though. I like the Adidas ones.
Hey.
What?
What's your favorite KHL jersey?
I miss Kimmich. I don't think Kimmich wears those god-awful yellow jerseys anymore. Those were really nice. Probably Dynamo Moscow. Really nice shade of blue.
Shannon needs to keep his hat crooked and rap ice, baby.
It's not.
He probably knows all the words still, too.
Word to your mother. I mean, I do that every now and then to bother her, where I'll have my hat askew and pretend I'm rapping. But, my rap album won't be dropping for a while.
I wish we could set fan attendance in NHL 21.
I agree. Used to be able to do that in the PC version of NHL 2004 because it was a rendering thing where it's like, oh, your computer sucks, then turn off the fans. Your computer still sucks, then render it in a lower quality. And my computer sucked, so I wouldn't have fans in the building.
Word to your mother.
I said peace. Yo. Word. Although for rap, I'm far more into Eminem and Cypress Hill,
Pass.
Sweatshop Union, Swollen Members, Hollywood Undead. Hollywood Undead are fantastic.
They have a few fun ones.
Beastie Boys were great. I mean, I do listen to rap. Definitely listen to rap. And of course, there's some songs from Snoop that are fantastic. When I used to be, if I was playing NHL, if I was playing Grand Theft Auto, and still DRE came on the radio while I was driving around, I'd actually pull my car over and listen to it. So I'm like the only person who would load up Grand Theft Auto and pull my car over to listen to the radio, because that's how baller I am. I'm going to pull my car over to listen to the radio rather than driving, because it's a video game, so who cares? But I got to pull over. I got to be safe. I got to listen to Still DRE. And just that beat is fantastic. It's a great song.
No. See, people are asking about rappers. Tupac and Big.
Tupac, the one song he has I like is California Love.
Oh my gosh, that song's so annoying. No.
Let me welcome everybody to the Wild Wild West.
That song is
Saints
so
that's untouchable
annoying.
like Elliot Ness.
So annoying. No, I don't know what he's talking about.
California knows how to party. California knows how to party. In the city of L.A. In the city.
Pretty sure Shannon
walks.
looks way whiter now.
City of Compton. Keep it rocking.
Okay, anyways.
Keep it rocking.
Playing GTA realistically is actually fun.
It is. It is. And there are times where I'll play it and I'll try to be nice and not run people over, and then somebody will swear at me and then I go crazy. Because you can't be swearing at me. That's not very nice.
Pass. Rank these 90s QBs.
Okay.
Steve Young, John Elway, Troy Aikman, Brett
Favre.
Okay. And Jim Kelly.
Okay, so I would have Elway at number 1. I'd honestly have Young at number 2. Aikman at 3. No, I should have Favre higher than that. So I'd say of the 3. Okay, so Elway, Favre, Young.
They're agreeing on your whiteness.
Yo, VIP, word to your mother. Said stop, hammer time.
Somebody just. Okay.
I used to listen to Can't Touch This all the time too.
Of course you did.
Oh, great. Used to do the dance.
Of course you did.
I didn't have the pants though.
Oh, no.
So that's as far as I can go with the quarterbacks. And Jim Kelly was underrated in his time, and I'm underrating him now, and I apologize.
Okay. Best way to learn and get into other sports?
Best way to learn other sports? Watch it with somebody who knows the sport really well and isn't a know-it-all at the same time.
Oh, that's obnoxious.
So watch it with somebody who can explain what's going on and won't do it in such a way that they're condescending.
I bet you clap when the plane lands.
I don't clap when the plane lands.
Oh my gosh. Somebody said.
I don't laugh when the plane lands.
Oh, you guys are funny. Oh, I'm sure people laugh when I pronounce hockey players' name.
Yeah.
People, make fun of it all the time because I'm
apparently
supposed to be. I'm expected
names.
To know how to pronounce all of these names. So
like
it's totally reasonable.
It's an innate. It's not a learned.
And those are football players, by the way, which would be why I don't know how to pronounce them because I don't care about football. So.
But Steve Young, though. Steve Young was lefty, so you should like Steve Young.
What?
He was a lefty. He's a left-handed quarterback.
So? How is that relevant?
And he was a really good running quarterback, too.
Good for him?
It was good for him, and it was good for the Niners, especially coming off Joe Montana, who was arguably the best quarterback of all time. We can have that debate about him and Brady, and I don't know if anybody else gets in that conversation. I guess the touchdown quarterback can go with Marino, but Montana's probably the best.
New flight sim is amazing. NHL arenas are accurate.
That sounds like fun. I would enjoy watching Yvonne play Flight Simulator because the squealing when you'd hit the ground would be funny. It would be funny.
I don't play video games.
It's really funny watching her play Grand Theft because she ends up with cops chasing her. I'm like, how the hell did that happen? What are you doing? And then I have to take over because she gets panicked when the cops are chasing her. Yeah. Just drive up a mountain.
You get pinned in a wall.
Yeah, and then I got to take over. And how'd you get
drive?
Just drive up a mountain.
Video games.
My favorite thing is to cause havoc. The cops show up. I drive up the mountain, and as soon as they're not looking for me anymore, I just drive down the mountain and drive right past the police. Go in the car. Hey, Mr. Officer, hello, how are you doing? And then as soon as they drive away, I do it all over again because I think it's hilarious. The idea that the same guy can cause havoc.
Shadow's causing trouble.
And dozens of people are injured and whatever else. And every time I come back down, the police are like, hey, that guy driving down the mountain. That could be our suspect. Shut up. Get in the car. All right. Let's go. It's hilarious. They're more useless than stormtroopers.
Have you been watching some of the NBA preseason games lately since hockey isn't coming back until mid-January?
I haven't been watching the NBA preseason games. I'll start watching NBA a little bit. I'm kind of enjoying the not sports 24/7 part of things right now.
OMG, kick this chicks out and talk NHL, dude. It was in all caps, so maybe I should have yelled it.
There's more than one?
Kick this chicks out.
There's other girls here.
And talk NHL. Hi, are you new to live streams? Welcome. Where this chicks gets to be on the live stream too.
Where?
And we get to not talk about NHL the whole time because we're people and this is our socialization.
I don't see anything but another woman coming over. Is there one at the window?
She's not allowed in because we're not allowed to have people in our house. Chicks. Are you kidding me? Dear Lord. Yvonne needs a Red Bull? No.
Oh,
that would be bad.
Red Bulls and
they're nasty.
They're gross.
They're really gross. They taste like drinking cough syrup.
Notice I went back to my diet lime Coke rather than.
I'll stick to my tea.
I'm gonna just dump out that Mountain Dew. I just can't
nasty.
Do it. Rather have crab juice.
Cough syrup. New Cyberpunk game has indefinite warrants.
I heard it's glitchy as hell. What I've heard is it's glitchy as hell, so it was delayed in being released. And now with the glitches, there's some people saying it shouldn't have been released yet either. What are you doing, chicks?
And it's chicks, you uneducated donut. You know, way to make yourself sound really high class here.
There aren't. Did we invite?
Oh, you guys are great.
How did that? I'm just looking for the other girl because apparently there's.
Do you call it pop or soda? I call it soda. He calls it pop.
Because I'm a rebel that way. It's just like I call them Decals.
Red Bull is liquid Smarties. No, that would be way better.
Smarties are really good.
Red Bull.
I don't know that you want liquid Smarties.
Cough syrup.
I don't know that you want liquid Smarties. I'm gonna say no.
It'd be better than Red Bull. Because Red Bull's. Bleh.
Well, you're chicks, so why should I ask you? Because you're chicks. I would like to thank you for giving me a new nickname.
Oh, yeah, thanks.
For around the house. Hey, chicks.
And that's when I don't listen. Because, no.
See, that replaces toots.
Yeah, that also means I'm not listening.
Thanks,
Because when you're going to call me a stupid name. That's why I don't generally read the all caps one, but that was so ridiculous.
Come on, chicks.
Kick this chicks. What the hell? Welcome to the live stream.
Oh, I'd be so single so fast. Like that.
So we don't talk about hockey the entire time because we're people and this is our socialization.
I've watched TSN and Sportsnet, and I've watched their talk shows, and they aren't always talking about sports at all. We talk about their kids and their weekends, and spend 5 minutes listening to Jeff O'Neill talk about what he got up to on the weekend, and it's entertaining as hell. So, you know, not saying I'm as entertaining as Jeff O'Neill. I don't think anybody is, but, you know, I try.
This is really good tea. Okay, pick your career. Pitcher for the Yankees, point guard for the Lakers, quarterback for the Cowboys, Center for the Red Wings.
Center for the Red Wings. They're the 3 teams I don't like. So, yeah, even though pitcher for the Yankees, you can just print money. You make tons of money. You don't even have to be good. Just you're a Yankee. So, yeah, I'd pick center for the Red Wings.
Are they drinking? I'm drinking some tea. It's some oolong. It's really good.
I have Diet Pop.
And Shannon is drinking some Diet Lime Coke. So, yeah, we are drinking.
We don't drink.
My oolong's really good. I'm quite enjoying this tea. Do you like the American Southern accent?
Yeah, there's some fun accents once you get further south. There's some fun accents. Understanding what people are saying could be a challenge, but there's parts of Canada where I can't understand what the hell people are saying at times.
Live stream title next time. Still with chicks, with just a K.
THG and chicks. A THG and chicks live stream. There's your channel name. Chick Sewing. There you go. Chicks Fabric.
Commenting on the way I pronounced that. Yvonne needs the vodka, chicks.
No.
It puts me to sleep.
Yes.
Alcohol knocks me
And I learned early on that when Yvonne gets tired drinking, she just sleeps wherever. Floor is fine. Floor is good. Then you're like, if I go upstairs and I go to bed and she's down here on the floor, I'm going to look like an ass when she wakes up and goes, where did he go? Oh, he just went to bed and left me here? So, yeah. Do you remember that when you were trying to sleep on the floor and I was trying to convince you that the bed was better than the floor?
No, you told me about it later. I don't remember that at all.
Bed is better than the floor. I want to lay here. No.
That was a few years ago. I really don't drink.
Well, that's why I said upstairs, because we don't have that in this house.
That's why.
Yeah.
Well, we have it upstairs now.
Well, I know, but we don't sleep upstairs. Now we'd be bringing you downstairs. Oh, God.
No, you wouldn't. That doesn't sound safe at all.
I guess I can fireman's carry you. Although you'd puke all over my back.
I've never drank that much, ever.
No.
Ever.
I haven't drank that much since my 30th birthday.
Yvonne's young. She can sleep on the floor.
I'd rather she didn't. It's just not. No, I'm a bad husband if my wife's asleep on the floor and I'm sleeping in the bed. That makes me a bad husband, so no.
Are you guys into pranks? Nope.
I would never play a prank on Yvonne. I would never be like scaring her. I would never do that either.
He does it all the time.
I would never do that.
All the time.
It's not a daily thing. It's not.
It is.
It's not a multiple times a day thing.
Yes.
It's
all the time.
It's not like she jumps and gets startled easily. So I wouldn't do that because I wouldn't want her to be afraid every time she comes down the stairs somebody's going to jump out at her.
He's a brat.
So, I haven't paused a video to go and scare her either because that would be terrible.
Seriously? I mean, it doesn't surprise me because he's a brat like that. He does. He will hide. So we have the stairway and there's a door at the bottom of the stairway and he will hide behind the door.
You always tell the kids when you're going downstairs.
And then I'll just be, hi there. What are you doing? Such a brat.
This was the one time I yelled at you. Stop
it. He is a brat.
You hit the ceiling that time. It was great.
Yeah. Shannon's a brat, and
I sneak up on you in your showing room too.
Totally picture him doing this too. Do you guys see what I'm married to?
It's great.
I have 3 children as well. So
it's fantastic.
Just saying.
Because you'll message me and say I'm coming down in a minute. Okie dokie. Got to go find a place to hide. She's coming down.
Such a dork. Oh my goodness. Okay. I scared my much younger brother so much due to quarantine. He still looks around corners carefully in a different state.
See, and that can backfire. My ex decided it would be really funny to wake our son up wearing a Jason Voorhees mask. And so she went down and woke him up and he screamed and punched her right in the face. So that can backfire when you have somebody whose reaction is to be scared and punch. And then she had a bruise and he never lived it down with me because I thought it was hilarious. Because every time he'd be like, I don't want to do that, I'd be like, okay, but you punched your mother in the face. Stop talking about that. Never. What? So yeah, I mean that was and again, I didn't feel bad for her because she woke him up wearing a Jason Voorhees mask. He had Jason Voorhees staring down at him straight out of a dead sleep. So yeah, that will cause people to react. Right.
What requirements does a player need to meet to be considered generational? And what requirements are different from franchise player and a generational player? It could be an interesting video idea.
Oh no. I've given up on discussing generational players because it's all subjective. What you consider to be a generational player and what I consider to be generational may be something different. To me, it's one of the best players in the game has to change the game, or there has to be something either revolutionary in their game or they're at that elite level at all times. And franchise players, you could argue the exact same thing. So I don't get into generational discussions. I haven't for years, and I'm not opening Pandora's box again. I'm the last video I made on it even deleted it because I got tired of arguing that all the time. So yeah, that's a landmine for somebody else to step on.
My brother passed out unexpectedly about 2 weeks ago, so it was reassuring to know you guys were experiencing the same thing.
See, you made people feel better.
You're welcome.
There you go.
I felt like crap, but you're welcome. That wasn't fun. Just still, my timing was horrible. And next time I should plan that better. Not in front of hundreds of people. That'd be great.
Well, it just came on so quick.
Yeah.
That's what threw me was it came on so quick. Normally there's some warning and I get that headed off.
Let's see. Who's a better hockey player, Corey Perry or Katy Perry?
Well, right now, neither of them have an NHL contract. So the point might be moot right now. Corey Perry will get signed before the season, though. I'm not sure where, but he'll probably sign for I would think league minimum. Might end up being what he plays for this year.
I have vertigo, sometimes long dizziness after I take Anavar something for the dizziness. It's over the counter, great for dizzy spells. My mom has vertigo mixed with her low blood pressure, and I know she's tried to take some medication, but some medication makes it a lot worse because it's vertigo and low blood pressure, so you have to watch that. Yeah, but I don't generally have too much problem with it. I can usually keep it under control pretty well. But like I've said before, when people have asked me, it runs in my family. Like all of the women in my family have low blood pressure, so it's not something I'm unfamiliar with. I've experienced most of the women in my family passing out. So, yeah. And afterwards, that was the worst spell I've ever had. So afterwards I was messaging Mom and, asking her, I was like, okay, so my hands and feet went completely numb. Is this normal? She said, oh yeah. Yep. I get that sometimes too. So yeah, so there you go. But I'm good. It's okay. And thank you for all the messages and emails. I did get a lot of messages and emails afterwards, making sure I was okay and offering up prayers and stuff. So that's always nice. Oh, when I saw you going down, I actually reached out to grab you. Knee-jerk reaction. Aw, it's sweet. Do you like black tea? Yeah, I'm drinking oolong right now. Okay, let's talk about the War of 1812.
There you go.
Oh, goodness.
Shadow just needs that cuddle time. Whenever we do a live stream, he needs that time that I carry him around.
Yeah,
and he's okay.
That's good tea. I like lots of tea. I don't like green tea. And matcha. Herbal tea. Oh, matcha doesn't even count as tea. That tastes like lawn clippings. It's gross.
Oh, Long Island iced tea. That's
not iced tea. It's a mean trick.
It's iced tea. It tastes like tea.
No, it doesn't.
It does taste like iced tea. It's very
gross.
Similar to Nestea if you make it right.
It's a mean trick.
No, Long Island iced tea is not that.
Herbal tea really depends. Some are really good and some are not so much.
Okay, so.
Oh, thank you. I have low blood pressure and can pass out with stress. Freaks people out. Did it at work and the doctor's office once. Yeah, stress definitely doesn't help at tea. No, I don't. Green tea's gross. Will we ever see a career of Bob Probert?
I thought I did a Bob Probert video. I was pretty sure I did a Bob Probert video before. I thought I put him in the THG Hall of Fame. I thought I did.
Sounds familiar, but I could be wrong.
I'm pretty sure that I've done a Bob Probert video.
I just logged in from Winnipeg, and you guys are talking about tea?
Yeah.
Well, every live stream, and either goes to tea or food,
yep,
or places we've traveled. Well, places we haven't traveled.
Yep.
Every stream goes to other things. We can't talk about hockey the whole time. That never happens.
Especially when it's the off season and it's been a long off season and 7 teams haven't played since March.
And everybody else
is 9 months
kind of in isolation at home, and this is a lot of
socialization time.
Yeah, this is a lot of other people's socialization
exactly.
too. So.
Exactly.
Since Hoglander and Howluck are fighting for a roster spot, and we have McEwen and Virtanen, who doesn't make the roster.
Howluck's probably going to be your 13th forward. And then Hoglander probably ends up being either on the taxi squad or they end up putting him in the AHL. There's no rush with Hoglander, and so I don't think he necessarily plays in the NHL this season. I think they'll want to keep the track cleared for 2021, 2022, and then he starts playing then.
Things you haven't eaten in places you've never been. That is the summary of our live streams.
That's going to be the story of my autobiography.
I've
That's
never
what I'm
heard
call
that
it.
one.
Places I've never been in, things I've never eaten.
That is
a life story of a life not lived by the hockey guy.
Echl or Matthews?
Matthews. It's close, but I like, and I'm telling you, it is close, but I would put Matthews ahead of Echl just on goal scoring ability, and just I don't think we've seen the best from Matthews yet.
Thoughts on Minnesota for this season?
They might surprise people, but where it's going to be interesting for Minnesota is down the middle. I'm still not convinced. They've changed every center, and I'm not convinced that they're necessarily changed for the better. There's some interesting moves being made by Bill Guerin. If they work out, he's going to look like a genius. Because I don't see Johansson as a center, and they have every intention of using Johansson as a top 2 center. And if Rossi makes the team, it might be all bets are off. If Rossi makes the team, and if he's as good as he's supposed to be, that could be a huge difference maker combined with Kaprizov.
You have no idea how much I am looking forward to magnets and game reviews from Shannon.
Same here. I'm looking forward to altering these boards. So what I'm going to do, if we do just have division and we don't have regular games, there will be a different board for each division. Basically, I'll have the standings on the board. I'll have the games on the board, and we'll separate it out so that each division is what I'm going to be focusing on in the review videos. And then I'll just switch boards if we've got games from every division.
Get Ivana Chick's jersey with number 29.
But the 2 is backwards.
No, it's just a K. It's not a C. It's just K.
Right. That's actually a really good idea.
Chicks.
I need to get you a Jets jersey.
That's one way to get somebody to listen to what you're saying.
Double zero.
Chicks.
A double zero. Chicks. Chicks 00.
What do the Canucks need to become true contenders?
It's going to take time and experience. I think they got almost every part they need. And then just the cap management is a problem. So once next season's done and they can finally buy out Louis Eriksson and get some cap relief, let's hope Jim Benning has learned his lesson. Otherwise, this may be Benning's last year if things don't turn out. If this team doesn't show any signs of improvement, or at the very least staying where they were. I think they're close. I do. I genuinely think they're close. It's just going to take some time.
What to do to get a question answered? Ask it, and then maybe I'll see it. There are a lot of people asking questions, so I do not see everybody's questions.
Sure you do. You better see all their questions.
I really don't. I'm not even able to scan all of them. Next time there's a meetup, I'm going to give Yvonne a jersey with chicks on the back.
Please do. That'd be great.
Yvonne spelled atrociously the chicks. Oh my goodness.
You need a jersey on the back that says Ivan Chicks. That would be fantastic.
No. Oh,
that'd be great. And then mine on the back can say Sheldon. Because there are people who call me Sheldon in the comments.
We do get Sheldon every once in a while. I'm asking, who's Sheldon? I don't even know a Sheldon. I don't know who these people are. Who are you guys talking about? I don't know who Sheldon is,
which is weird because normally in my life I got called Sean a lot. Sean was one I got a lot, and I was like, okay, it doesn't even sound like Shannon, but okay.
Have you ever been to the Prudential? I was able to say it in my head, but
we haven't been to the Prudential Center.
We haven't been most places.
This is true, and it was going to be changed this year.
If you ask, have you ever been? The answer is no.
Probably not. Sadly, no.
We've been to Vegas though, so
a bunch. That's our first place we're going to go when all of this gets
Vegas.
Fixed. I really, really miss Vegas.
We were supposed to go there for Christmas.
I've started loading up videos on YouTube of the strip and how things look on the strip right now, and just looking up YouTubers that do the travel vlog kind of thing in Vegas, and it just makes me sad because we can't be there. And there's our old stomping grounds by the Aria.
Yeah. No.
And everything from the Aria down to Excalibur. That's our neighborhood. That's our spot where we know all of it, and we're pretty good at navigating our way around it. Even the hotels and casinos, as confusing as they are, we're pretty good at getting through them now.
Except for Caesars.
Oh, God, Caesars is too big.
You're like, crap, I already went around.
Caesars is too big.
Darn it. Where was the exit? How do I get out of here?
Yeah, we're going to have to bring breadcrumbs for Caesars next time.
It's a good idea.
Yeah.
Just those tape lines that you do like in the forest, you know, the neon pink or orange that you tie on things. You just tie them on people's wrists so we walk by them.
Just tie them to a bouncer.
There you go.
All right, you're just watching this anyways. You're not going anywhere, right? All right, we're just going to tie this to you. Hope we don't see you again.
I have a few N95 masks. Would you want them to PO? We have a bunch of carbon filters, and I have polyethylene that I've been using for masks. So I have asthma that's super triggered by smoke. So during normal non-apocalyptic times, when it's fire season, I have to wear a mask anyways, and I use the carbon filters. So we had carbon filters, and then at the very beginning of this, I had Shannon order a stack more. So we have carbon filters, and then I've been making masks, and the fabric store now has the polyethylene, which once it calms down a little bit, or after we have the vaccines, then I'll just use that in our masks. But for now, I'm the only one that leaves the house, and I use the carbon filters in my masks, and we don't go into stores. No. I only go into the post office, and then there's a small grocery store that I'll go into. There's a couple places I will go into that are very small.
Yeah, we do curbside pickup. For Superstore, Walmart.
Yeah.
Save On.
Yeah, we mostly do curbside. There's very few places that I'll go into.
Right.
But when I do, I have the masks with.
I've been in the mall once since
carbon
March.
Filters.
Once.
Yeah. It was weird, wasn't it? And that was when the
during
numbers.
July.
That was when the numbers were really low.
Yeah, that
when
was
we were getting like under 10 cases a day for the whole province.
Yep.
And now the numbers are atrocious, so we don't go anywhere.
Right.
Do any RFAs sit out of training camps?
They could. I could see the Barzell situation maybe dragging through training camp. The problem is these guys haven't played much hockey in the year of 2020, so you're hurting your own chances of actually being useful, and you're making it more likely you'll get hurt when you come back if you're not in training camp. So this might be one year where guys who would normally hold out, maybe they don't.
You've never seen anybody use curbside. What? See, in here,
we have dedicated spots.
Use it so much. Like the grocery store we go to has 10
whole section,
10 parking spots for curbside, and sometimes I have to wait a while for a spot to open up to do curbside. So yeah, curbside is most definitely used.
It's very popular.
The fabric store has curbside, and a lot of people use that as well.
The Canucks store has that too. You can order ahead, and if you just want it left at the door, just let them know, and you can just get it.
I even did curbside for the Bay because I was getting a doll for Adelaide.
Toys R Us does it too.
Yeah, most places do it. Some places, like, you only have to be parked for just a moment because you can tell them right then. But the grocery store...
Can't you do that with the bulk store too?
No, they can have it ready for you. You have to go
You order online and then,
Yeah, you have to. You order it online and they'll have it ready for you so you don't have to be in there very long. Right. But they don't bring it out to you because you have to pay in the store.
Oh, okay.
I think they were trying to change that, but...
Yeah, if they can make it so you can pay online, that'd be optimal. But I mean, I've been doing a lot of...
at the library, that's awesome.
I've been doing a lot of online shopping too for some of the local businesses, like the smaller businesses. I've been trying to do some of that too.
Yeah, we have. Which is kind of cool. Some of them will just deliver it to your house, and then some mail it.
Like there's a fudge, Checkers fudge, which absolutely love it. If I could not recommend Checkers fudge enough. I don't even think it's just. I think it's Checkers. What's the name of the company again? It's just Checkers.
It's Checkers.
And so they have fudge, and then they have the really cool. They have the Twizzlers that are dipped in chocolate, which
chocolate covered sour keys.
Fantastic. Chocolate covered sour keys are good. So I ordered from them because. Normally they would be at TradeX at the local
show.
Shows, but they can't do that this year. So I've been trying to support them where I can. And
they're doing all of the
Christmas,
like the craft fairs and stuff. They're doing them online, so you can still buy from them.
And I don't think the shipping was too much from them either.
No,
because again, it's pretty local. I don't think there was that much for shipping. But like I ordered, and we'll see when they get here. But I ordered. There are these giant cookies that they have. These giant cookies from a company in Toronto. So I thought, ridiculous. Okay, these are ridiculous cookies. Yeah, I'll get a half dozen because it supports this company in Toronto, which means now I'm getting all the ads for all the other giant cookie makers. Oh. There's one called YVR that makes giant cookies too. So I'm like, all right, well, we'll see how the other mailed cookies are. So I've been trying to, buy things that support from smaller Canadian businesses that I see advertised online. I've been trying to help out, like the rings I've been buying you from Lovers Tempo.
Yeah.
That Megan from the Great Canadian Baking Show. Anybody watch this Great Canadian Baking Show? No? Okay. Megan from that show.
Show's fun.
She recommended the Lovers Tempo jewelry, and so I've been buying that for Yvonne. Because again, it's a business out of Vancouver, and so if you can support them, it's a good idea. And then of course there's the charity that we've been promoting on the channel, which has been doing quite well. They did a video yesterday on that.
Did they?
On their supporting, being able to provide families with food at Christmas.
They've had more families.
And they've been, thanks to, in part, people who watched this channel and gave to that charity. It's been good. I've had some really good feedback from them. So, it's just little things trying to do during 2020. There's a truck in front of our house.
As a Philly fan who lives near Hershey, I love the Hershey Bears jersey. Do you have a Bears jersey? Thoughts on the future of Doctor Who?
My Hershey Bears jersey.
There are people that watch the Canadian Baking Show. That show is great.
Yeah, Megan's a good follow on Instagram. She's funny, and whenever I respond to one of her stories, she always answers me. We
chocolate covered honeycomb is great.
Yeah, Hershey Bears. Yes, this is a fantastic jersey. And what was the future of?
Oh, Doctor Who.
Doctor Who. I really have fallen out of love with Doctor Who, which is too bad because I used to watch that show religiously. I would plan my whole week around Doctor Who, and now the last season just killed it. I was like, I can't do this. This is too stupid. This is taking the lore of Doctor Who and just destroying it. Just because I guess you feel like it. But if you don't know the Doctor Who lore, fine. But why do you have to burn it down? It's kind of fun when people ask about jerseys and I can just reach out and grab it.
Now I'm looking up YVR. Thanks, Shannon.
Those cookies sound fantastic. You're welcome.
It's 3 a.m. here, but I like you guys so much. Thank you, Insomnia. Oh, I'm sorry. That's lame. Okay,
I have those
Yvonne's
mates.
Back. I am feeling much better.
I have those mates.
Oh, what's the charity's name? Do you have that?
West Coast Kids Cancer Foundation.
Yeah, and they...
WCKFoundation.ca.
They are delivering meals to families whose children are going through cancer treatment.
And blood disorders.
Yeah. A lot of them, they, of course, have to be self-isolated because their children are immunocompromised.
I'm going to check. I think something's on her porch.
And a lot of them are like single parent families. So they're not able to work. They have to stay at home to take care of their kiddos who have to be isolated. So that's what that charity does. They're able to deliver meals. And every once in a while they'll message us to let us know how well they do. Honeycomb like the cereal. No. Honeycomb like it's kind of like the sugar part of brittle. It's sugar and it's all bubbly and it's crispy and it's great. How else somebody else might be able to describe it a lot better. But it's good. I like honeycomb a lot.
Already.
But good. A certain child is getting an electronic device for Christmas, which means it needs really good case.
Needs a case, and do you want me to put those in the roof?
That would be great.
So it's got to have a case and tempered glass to protect it, because otherwise they get smashed.
Adelaide has been using an iPad that
is old.
I think it's older than her. I'm trying to think when I got that. We got it through a group that donates to kids with autism. So Malachi used it when he was much younger, and then Adelaide got it as she got older, and it's just so old it barely works. It takes forever to download a video from Netflix for her to watch, or oh my goodness. Hey Yvonne, got any new jerseys coming? Yes. I have the Vegas Reverse Retro and the Jets Reverse Retro coming. So
Your Reverse Retro?
Yeah, somebody asked if I had jerseys coming.
Oh yeah, you got that.
And I have Vegas and the Jets Reverse Retros coming.
Because you should fit the youth size. If she fits a youth size, that opens a lot up, because those are cheap. Nope.
Okay.
Right there. Good.
It's kind of like really hard styrofoam that tastes good. There you go. There's an accurate description. It's crispy, but it has like all the little bubbles in it. And
what are you talking about?
Honeycomb, the candy.
You mean the cereal?
No, not the cereal. The candy.
I don't think I've ever had that.
In Crispies.
Oh, you mean the Crunchies?
Crunchies. There you go.
Those are disgusting.
They're great. Yeah, Shannon doesn't appreciate. No, I like it.
First time I had a Crunchy bar, I had one bite and I just handed it off to my mother. And I was like, and then she didn't want it either. She's like, this is gross. I'm like, yeah, it's gross. So neither of us ate it. I think my dad ate it.
I like them.
They're gross.
Shannon, you're missing out.
They're nasty.
I thought it was legit honeycomb dipped in chocolate. I've been fooled. No, it's sugar. I don't think they've put honey. Like, you can make it. It's actually pretty easy to make.
It's like if you ran cotton candy over with a truck. That's what it's like.
No, it's not.
It is. It's it's squished cotton candy.
No. What's a Crunchy bar? It's honeycomb dipped in chocolate.
It's gross.
It's honeycomb.
It tastes like gross.
Which has nothing to do with honey.
It's nasty.
It's like the sugar part in brittle.
It's not edible.
It's really good.
If you don't have any taste buds.
It's great.
As long as you don't have taste.
Don't listen to him.
Listen to me.
He doesn't have very, very good choices in food items, though. So, just saying.
Pardonnez-moi? Qu'est-ce que c'est?
No. Always take food recommendations from me. Yvonne and Shannon love my recommendations. No, don't listen to Shadow, because he likes octopus. So,
not quite dead octopus, too. I like my food.
It doesn't matter how heavy the truck is.
About a half ton.
Don't make me come over there, Shannon. Aw. Lisa, you can come on.
Nobody comes over here anymore.
I know. It would take you forever, but
We haven't had visitors inside the house, I think, since March.
Forever.
I want to say since March.
Can Shannon speak February. French? Yes. Not super fluently, but yes.
Mon français est de perfecto. What are you snorting about?
I just take a drink.
Où est le problème?
See, he talks like that because he actually knows how to speak French, and he also knows how to absolutely kill it. I have my ways to get over there. Wink. You just climb over the fence that they built on Zero Avenue. Just climb over. I hope it's not an electric fence, but it's on the American side, so it could be.
No me gusta tu boca.
You can just stop it.
That was Spanish.
I knew
I just
it
said I don't
French,
like I don't like your face.
Such a brat.
I learned enough Spanish to start a fight in a bar. That was my key. That was my goal, was to learn how to hit on people and start a fight in a bar. That was my goal. That was it. And insult somebody's wife if I needed it. If I needed to, I needed to be able to.
Why would you need to?
You don't know what's going to happen if you have to go to a Spanish-speaking country. You don't know what kind of situation might arise where you might need to pat somebody on the shoulder and say, I don't like your wife. You might have to do that.
No.
And you want to be able to say it in a way that they can understand.
No.
I found a Spanish phrase book once, and that was the kind of phrases that were in it. So I, of course, got it because it's great. I was like, this is so fantastic. And then that Spanish family I hung around with, they loved that. That was great. Where did you learn that? That was fantastic.
He's such a brat. How does the Russian language sound to you?
Oh, it's garbled. And I think with the Russian language, it might be easier to learn if it wasn't for the fact it's a different alphabet.
Letters.
So
I think it sounds nice though. I don't really know many more. I used to work with a few Russian ladies.
But it's
very nice.
Like when I'm learning German or Spanish,
great.
I can see it. So I can see the letters and I can get it.
They were very good cooks, but yeah, it's very, very hard.
Like in German, they have that weird, it looks like a B, but basically when you see that, it's a double S noise. Other than that, the German language is still the same alphabet as ours, just with different accents. But yeah, right. Russian is just, I don't know. Anytime I see Russian, I just go, I'll take your word for it, because I don't know what that actually says.
What? Shannon needs to learn Greek. No, he doesn't need to learn more languages because then he can just say stupid crap in other languages and he can just do dumb stuff because it's Shannon. That's what he does.
Triple zero.
Yeah, see? Shannon's a brat.
Je ne sais pas.
Which league in Europe is the best?
Well, I mean, the KHL is definitely the one that's considered to be the top league. The SHL would probably be second. I think I'd get a kick out of watching the SHL games because some of their jerseys are just ridiculous. So
I could teach Shannon basic Polish profanity.
See, that's what you need. You need to know enough so you can get into and out of trouble.
Shannon would do that.
You need to know how to get into and out of trouble.
I just need the words on how to insult others and make fun of them. And then they won't know.
You know, no matter what I say in Spanish, I can throw out there, lo siento, hermano, meaning I'm sorry, brother. Lo siento mucho. That's it. And you're good. I'm sorry. Un cerveza, por favor, means a beer, please.
I do know that one.
Cerveza por mi hermano. A beer for my brother. And then that way, no matter what I've said about his wife, no matter what I've said about his face or his head, it's fine because I just bought him a beer. And everything's all right. So that's the important thing. Know how to start a fight and how to buy somebody beer in another language, and you'll never have to worry about a bar fight.
Shannon has achieved Spanish pass.
I try. I really haven't had to use my Spanish for a long time, though. I've gotten kind of lazy about it.
Do you have just as many subscribers in Europe as in America?
No, majority of my subscribers, about 50% US. Then there's a large portion that's Canada, and I would say it's between 12 and 15% that's in Europe altogether.
Beatles or Stones?
Stones.
Beatles. He's wrong. Don't listen to him.
No, Gimme Shelter
Beatles.
proves that Stones are better.
It's Beatles.
Gimme Shelter is proof. And then Mother's Little Helper. I'm not even a big fan of Satisfaction. That's the weird part. You can't always get what you want. Sympathy for the Devil is fantastic. Sympathy for the Devil is one of the greatest songs ever. Although she's more partial to the Guns N' Roses version.
That's not a thing.
Her crush on Echl Rose.
Oh no.
She's like, that is a handsome man. Look at that stringy hair.
Yeah, I was like, he's so like greasy and
stringy hair and then tight pants.
That's so not a.
Loves her some Echl Rose.
No. It's not a thing. It's not. No. Thank you. I'm good. In which European country do you have the most subscribers?
Sweden. It's between Sweden and Finland. Sweden and Finland. It's between the two, which does not surprise me when you consider how popular hockey is in those countries. It doesn't necessarily surprise me.
Ew, Echl Rose.
It's all that stringy hair.
Stringy, long hair.
And the concerts he cancels because he's either drunk or doesn't feel like it. It's that kind of rebel without a brain, that everybody likes so much.
What is this subscriber engagement like from Madagascar?
I'm pretty sure I've seen it.
I know I've seen people say they're from Madagascar, but other than that,
I mean, there's. I
don't know if that's in our.
I remember when the channel first started out. One of the things I used to look at was where the subscriber and where the view counts were from, and I was amazed at just how
we do get
every part of the world. Australia. There's a number from UK
that tells us where people are from that watch, which is
UK.
Kind of fun.
UK is not an insignificant part of the audience. I think UK is like 2 to 3% altogether. Which, considering the NHL isn't a thing in the UK and there hasn't been a top pro league in the UK, that's impressive.
Born in Finland, lives in Sweden. Do I count twice?
I think so.
I don't know that YouTube tracks where you're born, but I could be wrong.
Oh, they track everything.
I mean, they know everything about us. So
it's all the interwebs and all the various tubes.
There you go. Clint Benedict, greatest goalie ever.
Benedict was very good. I remember when I did the history videos year by year, I was impressed with Benedict's stats from year to year.
Slash is better than Echl.
Yes. I think even Echl would admit that. Slash, you could tell he just wanted to just hit him at times. You could see it. And I think he probably did. That's why they went off and formed Velvet Revolver, because they could sound like Guns N' Roses and not have to deal with Echl Rose.
If the border ever opens, will you go to UBS Arena?
It'll open.
Will open.
And then we'll be able to do arena tours, but it's going to be a while.
Places.
It's going to be a while.
Do things. I've been researching your year by year history videos. They are really good.
Thank you. Actually, those videos have been doing well. I was looking at the playlist yesterday, and actually they've been doing pretty well lately. So awesome. It's good that people are going back and watching those, because that's why I was doing them. And WHA too. The view counts on them out of the gate pretty good. So I'll definitely do more WHA stuff on the expansion draft, and players in the WHA that people may not have known played in the WHA.
Thoughts on Rammstein songs in English?
They don't work. They don't like work because
English
primarily they're written to be sung in German, and they don't work in another language. Unless there's songs written in English, then it's okay. And there's songs that are a combination of the two that work well.
Those work okay. I don't.
But when it's English a German song translated English, it doesn't work. Angel to me doesn't work.
No.
Du Hast doesn't work in English, because it's not You Hate Me. The version of Hast they use is the single S, which in German is have. If it's hate, it's 2 S's. So they don't even translate it properly. They turn into "you hate me" when it's "you have me," which is, yeah. I'm not a huge fan of Rammstein songs in English in general.
Yes, Shannon still runs. He runs every day.
Every day.
Which was better, British Invasion or grunge period of the 90s?
British Invasion. British Invasion revolutionized music.
Agreed.
The grunge movement was really kind of an extension of other kinds of music. It was just kind of like, if you slur all your words, you end up with grunge. That's what a lot of it is. Just, okay, now play slower and slur all your words. All right. You think that'll work? And out come Eddie Vedder and Kurt Cobain, like, all right, we were told to sing like this, and it worked. So, and you end up with knockoffs like Silverchair. But,
Silverchair is good. What do you know?
No, I'm just saying, you end up with knockoffs. Now, Soundgarden was very good.
No. Shannon.
What? They're like the faster Pussycat of grunge. The Poison of
Silverchair's awesome. Don't listen to him. He's just being a brat because he knows I like Silverchair because Silverchair is great. Don't listen to him.
Just slow it down, slur your words, and you got grunge.
Really loved the WHA videos you've been doing. Keep them up.
Thank you.
You guys, no joke, do these streams forever. I know, right?
We try.
2.5 hours. This is because this is our only talking to other people.
That's right.
Other than our children.
And the cats. I haven't had the cats
Shannon
talk
likes
back yet,
metal. I thought you couldn't get any cooler. Welcome to the channel.
My playlists
Welcome.
feature a lot of Rammstein, Slipknot, Metallica, somewhat. Ghost is fantastic.
Lots of Tool.
Tool is great, although I don't really consider Tool metal. I think they're more rock than metal.
Tool's amazing.
But there's definitely some metal in their music too. And of course, Zeppelin, the original metal band. Knockoff would be
Creed. Creed was horrible.
Oh God.
Oh my gosh, I could not stand
the worst thing about Creed. The worst thing about Creed
is children fun and quiet.
The song Bullets. And I played this for her and I didn't tell her who it was from. And the song Bullets is fantastic. And it's almost as if Creed said, okay, we're going to make this one good song. And everything else is going to be crap.
Tool. Unsubscribe.
Everything else is crap. But we're going to put Bullets out there. And this song's going to be awesome. And then every other song's going to suck. And that was my biggest problem with Creed, is they proved we could write something really good, but we're not gonna. We're going to put the one side and then everything else is going to be crap.
Collective Soul is better than Tool.
Collective Soul's great.
I did like Collective Soul, but
everybody had that blue album. Everybody had the blue self-titled Collective Soul album. Everybody had that. And everybody knew every word to December. That was a song you had to have memorized if you were around back then.
Best though.
You memorized December, didn't you?
Probably
because that was around the same time as Goo Goo Dolls were out with Name. You had to memorize Name.
I didn't have to. Things were on all the time, and I remember words. So I can't remember other things, but I can remember words.
And then usually that was followed up by Closing Time. Closing Time would come on after that.
All the time.
That song was on constant.
All the time. Yvonne, do you sometimes disagree with Shannon's evaluations of games? Thank you for doing a great job tonight. We don't always see games the same way. Think. Yeah.
No. And then there's times too where something will happen in game if something controversial happens.
Yvonne's going to start banning those who speak against Tool. I know.
Well, they're better than
James Keenan is the best musician ever, and if you think elsewise, unsubscribe.
He doesn't play an instrument though.
Probably can play them all. He just doesn't in his bands. He can probably play them all though.
I don't think so. He's too busy dancing.
Dance is great. Yes.
Especially in Apocalyptical. That video, he dances so well.
Tool is not overrated.
You can't be overrated when you're the best. It's like Rammstein. Rammstein can't be overrated. They're the best too. Slipknot, can't overrate them. They're fantastic. Ghost.
Have you seen Disturbed in concert? No.
Sadly, no. Disturbed is on the list of bands we have to see. Them and Korn.
I really would like to see Korn. That would be great. I have seen a lot of bands in concert, but Disturbed is
Korn would be fantastic. They'd have to play Coming Undone. They would have to play Coming Undone.
Yvonne, how much did you like hockey before meeting Shannon? Before I met Shannon, my kids were all in hockey. Well, Adelaide was way too little. My boys were in hockey. Adelaide was skating already. When I was little, I used to get to go to a hockey game with my grandmother for my birthday every year. So yeah, I didn't watch every game or anything like that. But
I didn't watch every game before I had a channel.
I didn't own any hockey jerseys.
Before I had a channel, I didn't watch every game.
Other than the jerseys my kids wore for hockey, but
before the channel blew up, I would watch maybe 2 hockey games a week. 3, because I'd have to watch the Canucks games. I didn't watch all the Canucks games either. And then I'd watch probably a game on Hockey Night in Canada, and that was it. So 4 nights a week, I probably wasn't watching hockey.
Do you like Corey Taylor? I don't like his new album.
Corey Taylor, Corey Taylor, it's odd with him. Some of the stuff that he's done with Stone Sour has been very good. Some of it's been iffy. Corey Taylor has the foulest mouth of anybody that I've seen live in concert. Seems like a great guy. And Slipknot's fantastic. And his voice, his vocal range is absolutely amazing. But yeah, it's hit and miss when he's not singing with Slipknot. I find it to be more hit and miss.
Breaking Benjamin is amazing live. We
seen them
live, but the balance was off.
They opened for Five Finger Death Punch.
Right, but their balance was off, so it wasn't very good. It was kind of...
We couldn't understand what song they were singing.
Yeah, have you ever been to a concert where their balance, like the music, like between the guitars and the drums and the vocals, bass. If they're off...
The bass can really
throw it off. You can't even tell what it is. Yeah. And
I had that with...
like that.
Bullet for My Valentine was like that. They were on opening for Slipknot, and it was... Lamb of God was the other band that was up there too. Lamb of God's sound was fine. I just don't like their music. But Bullet for My Valentine, I couldn't understand what song was which.
Yeah, we've been to a few.
I have no idea. And I love
concerts.
Bullet for My Valentine, but I was like, I don't know which song they're singing right now.
I'm trying to think. I know Stone Sour, their balance was really off when we saw
Which was too bad because they were the headliners, and that was Hailstorm we saw and Dead Deads that night.
And the other two were
the other two were fantastic.
But Stone Sour,
And it's like Lizzie Hale was
amazing.
Right here, and then Corey Taylor, he was fine, but it just didn't sound right. So
no, you couldn't even tell what songs they were singing.
No, it was too bad.
So yeah, I can think of those two. I think there was another one that we went to, and it was just off.
Bad Wolves, the first time we saw them, we've seen them twice. The second time they were fine, they were great.
Much better, yeah.
But the first time we heard,
who was it that opened for the Dead Deads in Seattle?
No, the Dead Deads were opening in Seattle.
Yes, I meant
Seether was the band they were opening for. Seether was okay.
Their balance wasn't great either.
They were just louder. I think they just had the volume turned up. Which
it wasn't in a concert hall. It was like
when I saw 5440.
Bar?
When I saw 5440, the band that was opening for them, and it was a band I never heard of again either. They were really good. And 5440 had all of the amps and everything turned up when they came out. So it was just deafening.
Right. I don't
And then
like
that was the night that I found out all of 5440 songs have the same tune. I was like, hey, they're playing Walk-In Line. Oh, nope, that's a different one. Is this? Nope. Wow, they all have the same. I didn't notice they all have the same tune. Anybody else notice they're all the same song?
It's probably the bass has the same line.
And then they threatened not to go on and play unless they got alcohol.
Oh.
Yeah. To high school students.
Oh.
Yeah, at a dry grad. Yeah, that's the spirit. We're not going on until we've had a couple of drinks. Oh, it's a dry grad for a high school, right? Yeah, well, not a problem. All right.
Pressure on Paul Maurice or Shovel Day Off?
The pressure will be on Shovel Day Off, I think, more than Maurice. I would think he's in the more vulnerable position because of how long they've been together, and that is Shovel Day Off's roster. And if the defense doesn't hold up again, I think that says more about Shovel Day Off than about Maurice.
I think we need another goal reenactment video, Shannon.
I've talked to Yvonne about it. We just haven't got that done yet.
That's true.
I could do a reverse retro throwback where I do the reverse of what the goal was. Here's the reverse.
Oh my
Reverse
goodness.
retro goals. I'm telling you, it's gold. It's pure gold. It'll work.
Thoughts on Canadian bacon? The movie? The movie's great. Were you talking about the food that you get in the States? We don't have
that
it
we
here.
Ironically don't have. We just call it bacon.
We don't have bacon in little circles here. But the movie's really funny. I like the movie. The movie's great. Are we talking about the movie? The food.
I sweetie.
We don't have Canadian bacon. We don't have little circle ham here. We have ham. We have pea-meal bacon, yes, but it doesn't look a thing like Americans' Canadian bacon.
Come on over. There you go. You're so much smaller than your brother. You're so much easier to carry around than your brother.
There are questions that get asked each stream, yes.
Yes.
Is pea-meal bacon Canadian bacon? Well, it's actual Canadian bacon. Back bacon is Canadian bacon, but in the States, they call little circle ham Canadian bacon. I don't know why. So, it's little circles of ham. We don't have little circles of ham. Do you like Harry Potter?
She does. I'm not a big Harry Potter fan.
I like Harry Potter.
Puts me to sleep.
I read the books. I read the books as they came out.
Hi. Why am I getting the stink eye? Don't give me the stink eye.
All of our kids like Harry Potter a lot. My oldest, Malachi, he has autism, and really getting him to read is quite difficult. He will read Harry Potter. That was how I got him to start actually reading books instead of like science books that he could just look at pictures. Harry Potter. So Bear does always look grumpy. I think it's the markings around her eyes.
She's very happy right now.
She always looks like she's just glaring at everybody.
She started purring as soon as I picked her up. She's tired though too, because she's been sleeping all day, so that makes her tired.
Do you like Star Wars Trek?
I like both Star Wars and Star Trek. Although Star Wars is aging better. Star Trek, I can't get into the new shows of Star Trek. They're too violent. They're too.
I don't like the new
coarse.
Star Trek.
That's not.
I did like some of the Star Trek series. I didn't really like Star Wars when I was younger, except for the Ewoks. So, but I liked Star Trek. So, need more trades. I like when Bear face plants for a nap. It's so funny, isn't it?
And she does. She buries her face in my arm too when I'm carrying her.
She's cute. When she lays on me, she has to be as close to my face as possible. Hold on,
and
I need my nose in your mouth.
She's much smaller than her brother, but when they have a fight, she usually wins.
She does. She doesn't put up with any crap.
Nope.
We've been live streaming forever.
I know. We should probably wrap it up pretty quick. Here, Bear.
So good job for all of you that have stuck around for the whole live stream, because
don't launch off me.
Do you own a cowbell? What we need is more cowbell. We don't, because we have 3 children.
If I had a cowbell, I could really explore the space.
We'd have.
I need to explore the space if I had a cowbell.
Oh, that would be awful. No,
I could totally do that Will Ferrell bit. You just have to get me the wig, and I could totally do that.
No.
Those photos would be all over the internet in about 3 seconds. But anyways, yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Anyways, yeah, we should go. Yvonne has other sewing stuff to get done.
I've got a fever.
That's right. That's right.
That was so funny. Yeah. No, we do not have cowbells. So, because children, we already have obnoxious sounding things in this house that I have to tell. I'm trying to think what she does. She does different little music things. And I forget that. If you're going to play with that, you have to go in the backyard. No, it's not inside.
Yeah.
Outside.
Agreed.
If you're going to play with that, like recorders. Those things are the worst sounding instruments ever. Outside.
Boop. I booped you.
Do it again and I'll bite you.
No, you won't. You won't. She won't.
I would too.
Anyways.
I stopped watching Star Trek after Deep Space Nine. Don't watch the new one. It's horrible.
The new one, yeah. Discovery's not. It doesn't feel like Star Trek. It doesn't feel like Star Trek. But anyways, thanks guys for coming out. And hopefully everybody has a wonderful holiday and all that wonderful stuff, because we're only 13 days out, so people are going to be doing all
noise canceling headphones are good when kids have noisy toys. I do borrow Adelaide's noise canceling headphones sometimes, and I just sit and knit. It's great. And Mom,
yeah, true.
I'll just sit there and knit with my frozen headphones on.
All right, guys. Thanks for coming out. Yvonne stayed upright the whole time. I'm really proud of you for standing up.
Tiny head.
proud of you for standing up today. You did it. I knew you could do it. Yay. All right. Thanks, guys, for watching. The Tampa Bay Reverse Retro is fantastic. If you had a chance to get it, awesome, because it's fantastic. And we'll do this again soon.
The batteries run out quickly on those loud toys. And it's so weird. I never
magic.
have... Oh, I
then you don't have to replace them.
C batteries.
Oh, sorry about that.
It's so weird.
All right. Thanks, guys.